It is about to get OD from OCBC Square here from the Lion City. We are back in Singapore, and we have reached day number 5, the final day of action of this 8th edition of the FIBA 3x3 Asia Cup. So it started with 25 countries represented. Now only 8 still remain, 16 teams all going for this esteemed prize at the end of business today. So many tantalizing matchups with defending champs still alive, Olympians getting ready to hit the floor, some newbies ready to shock the rest of the field. So we're ready to get to it under the heat in these afternoon hours of Singapore. Here are your previous winners of the men's competition. You can see who has been trading the championship crown the past 7 editions. Outside of Qatar, it's been either Mongolia or Australia. Both are still alive. As for the women's competition, India got us started back in 2013, and since then, the Australians have dominated. You've seen China and New Zealand also claim crowns along the way. So again, only 3 teams will end up on the podium as your champion, your runner-up, and your 3rd place finisher. And by the end of business today, we're going to find out exactly who that is going to be. So, we'll talk about those matchups here in a bit. But first, we got to take a trip back, if you will. And, well, not yet. Actually, we'll show you the brackets. That's my fault. Check out the brackets here in the men's competition. New Zealand and India is an interesting one. China and Qatar. Big body's gonna bang in that one. Homestanding Singapore is alive. Japan is on fire. And of course, Mongolia and Australia in the quarterfinal. The 2 teams that have played for more championships in this event than any other. As for the women's competition, you got China and Vietnam clashing. The Truong sisters ready to step it up. Australia and Thailand, that one seems a little bit lopsided. Mongolia and Philippines. Japan women are still rolling too. We'll see them in that last women's quarterfinal. Now, are you ready for a rules breakdown, Angelo? Say yes.
Always.
All right, no further ado. Here are the rules of 3x3. Check them out, and then we'll get to it.
Yo, what's good? My name is Kyle Montgomery, AKA the voice of 3x3. And if for some reason you still don't know the rules of 3x3, it is time to tap in. Class is officially in session. So on our half court, you've got 2 teams of 3 players with 1 additional substitute on the bench. Yo, what's up, sub? Can I check in? In 3x3, even the ball is different. This is the official Wilson right here. Trust me, it's groovy, baby. This game is pedal to the metal. 10-minute game clocks, just 12-second shot clocks, and a 1st to 21 scoring format for the win. If a team doesn't score 21 points, all they have to do is outscore their opponent within 10 minutes. And you know we keep it street. In this game, we score by 1s and 2s. Anything inside the arc is worth 1. Anything outside of the arc is worth 2. Still got it. And this game is all gas, no brakes. Literally, after the opening check ball, play is continuous. Make or miss, offense turns to defense, just like that. This 10-minute sprint is just getting started. We'll see you at the top.
All right, once again, we are back live in front of the Kallang Wave Mall here from OCBC Square. 4th consecutive year here in Singapore, and another look at the quarterfinal brackets for the ladies. They'll go first. We are minding our manners around here. Chivalry still does exist. Take your picks, though. I mean, hard to pick any heavy favorites when you reach this stage of the competition. 48 teams is what we began with. That was 5 days ago, with 2 days of qualifying draw action. And then after 2 days of main draw action, we arrive here. By we, I mean us. The dynamic duo, they call us, I'm hearing. The favorite Asia Cup commentators. Angelo Zakarakis Nazar, and the voice of 3x3, Kyle Montgomery. What do you think when you look at these numbers, how they match up?
Well, it's going to be quite interesting because now you're looking at two teams that are built quite differently and play quite differently. China needs to establish inside presence, and they're going to try to feed the ball inside as much as they can to Zhu, who has size and power advantage. But when you look at the firepower from outside two-point land for Team Vietnam, Kyle, this game can go either way, and it's going to be based on which team can impose its will with the most efficiency.
Well, yeah, Vietnam have speed, China have size. Obviously, the methods of approach for both of these teams are different. It is going to be an interesting matchup. China do have the winning pedigree, so to speak, having won an Asia Cup title in 2022. New team this year, but this squad is looking very strong. Must trust and believe me. Actually, the most efficient team from inside the arc in the women's competition, converting 68% of their one-point attempts. So they will feed it inside, punish you, and try to make it a small ball game that they feel very comfortable getting a win in. So they have taken the court, and there they are right in front of you in all of their glory. China in the white and red trim. Their opponents will come out in red, the ladies in red, led by the Truong sisters. Vietnam saw the men's team make it to the main draw, but no further than that. And now it's just up to the ladies.
It's going to be quite interesting because Vietnam is becoming a new player to truly consider as contenders. They have made a name for themselves the past two editions of the SEA Games, and they racked up silver and gold in the previous two editions. And now you're thinking that they're trying to translate their newfound success on a much greater scene. They're trying to go to the Asia Cup, matching up with the big brand names, and trying to see and figure out how close they can get.
I like that. The brand names. Yes, the household names. Well, they got some household names on this team. The Truong twins, V and Me, but
but it's a squad, though.
No, it is a squad. I was going to say that as well. Hang Thu played great in the qualifying draw, has been quiet in the main draw, and Nguyen has been playing pretty well at an average of 4 points per game for them. So, again, it is more than just the Truong sisters. It is truly a team effort to get the job done. But I think that the difference for them in a game like this is they're not going to win a sprint to 21 going by ones with China.
Yeah.
They have got to find a way to shoot the cookie, and they have not shot it at a high clip, or at least converted at a high clip from beyond the two-point arc.
I'll go even further, Kyle. I think that Vietnam cannot fall in love with their individual skill, and they have to share that cookie. They have to share that wealth, because they've been the most impressive the moment they got the ball on the move, and they were allowing each and every one of the girls on the roster to participate actively, particularly offensively. You know that defensively, everybody's going to put their best foot forward, but offensively, Vietnam becomes quite a dangerous opponent when they get that ball on the move.
Well, we are officially off the final day of action at this 2025 FIBA 3x3 Asia Cup. Start with Vietnam and China here in the quarterfinals. I'm the voice of 3x3, Kyle Montgomery, along with my guy, Nazar Angelo Zakarakis. Early inside score for Tao V. Truong, and it's quickly responded to by China. They bust right back.
Well, I think they kind of talked about it, Kyle, because you've seen the first possessions early for Vietnam. The ball is moving. They got 3 to 4 passes each time down, and that's quite interesting because that gives them good rhythm, and right away, the shots are not the same.
Who will let it go? That one flies off the iron. Over to from me to V. Two-piece on the way. It is not happening as Tao V. Truong has really had a tough go at it from deep, 2 of 11 from long range. She has scored at a clip of 5.5 points per game, but not had her touch from deep. The former Gonzaga Bulldog defending up top. Lee with it, swings it over to Yu Yan, excuse me. Now Lee drops it off to Zhang inside, no problem there.
I like what I'm seeing from both teams right now. They're using up their skill set to their advantage. China, patient, gets the ball going inside every single time down. Every offense there is, the ball is being touched in the paint. But for Vietnam, I think they talked it over. I think they thought about it. They realized they cannot just settle for one-on-one action, and I see the ball movement much better.
There's Hu sticking with it and even in the game up at 3 apiece as they get it moving left. Oh my. Tao Mi Chuang with the move and the groove, finishes with the scoop.
I maintain what I say, Kyle. You look at the way Vietnam is playing right now, they become much less predictable. And if you want to have a chance to beat this China squad, you want to be on the move because they're that tall, that strong, that physical.
So that one goes to Tao Mi Chuang. Inside, Zhao looking for another score. She'll have to keep searching. Thu Hang lets it fly, not that time. China looking at a 2-point deficit early. Ball screen by Zhao. Drop down low, Hu to Zhao, back to Hu. Broken up, shot up, falling away, spit out, loose ball. Goes to Tao Mi Chuang, 2-piece, that one is off the mark. Got some action underneath. Too physical is Vietnam. It's getting physical.
We have a nice matchup. It's a clash of styles. It's a clash of identities right there. They're not built the same way. They don't play the game the same way. Right away, going right back to their main strength. And I would do that all game long.
Again, well, that's a rare miss for Zhao. 82% in group play.
But it's a good shot, though.
Inside the arc, right. Doesn't miss him much. Zhao cannot get the rebound, but she's got help. Ball is moved up top, 2-ball on the way. Lee getting it to go. That's a good sign for China, who went 1 of 17 from long range in group play. You heard me right, 1 of 17.
If you stop your dribble, you get yourself in trouble. Mismatch action inside. They recognize it right away.
The help defense comes, but Tao Mi Chuang is called for the foul.
Did you see how much she influences the defense? She literally brought everybody in the paint, so you have wide open looks on the outside for Team China. So we saw one look that dropped in, Lee with the swishity swish, but she has open looks all game long with playing with Zhu.
Lee wants another, you're right. Jab step, cross, dribble drive. Down in the post office, no mail to deliver that time. Quick clear by China to pump. Called on Tao Mi Chuang. And we have reached our first break in the action.
I like your French accent.
Thank you very kindly. So here we go. We're off and running. We've been having a good time all week here in Singapore as we've seen this competition get tougher and tougher. And the stakes obviously have gotten higher and higher, and players have performed. They've met the level. 2 teams with contrasting styles, as my expert analyst, Angelo, has documented. And neither style has been able to get an edge so far. Deadlocked 5-5 as we get back to it. Down low, Zhao inside to Hu to Lee. Lee off the iron. Rebound goes to Red. The Truong sisters share the cookie. Now it's me to V. V, step back. Missed it. The struggles from long range continue for the 2024 Washington Mystic draftee. Should mention, you probably didn't know this, that Caitlin Tao V. Trong was the first ever Vietnamese athlete to play in the WNBA.
I knew that,
okay.
and I'm glad you're sharing that that intel, because you have to understand, it's not common to have such high level basketball in the women's landscape for Vietnam. So they are becoming a player in this game, and it's a brand new thing.
Did you know this then? Here's more Truong sisters trivia. Did you know that both sisters finished top 5 all-time in assists in school history at Gonzaga?
Surely knew that, and the scoring, they're not too far off either.
He didn't know that.
Yes, I did. Of course, you got to do your math.
Do y'all believe him or not?
You better, because I was a Pac-10 player. How about that?
Okay.
How about that? Gonzaga was my neighbor. Don't forget
win,
that.
I forfeit. That's right. 5-5. Who can break the tie?
I love it.
Out
though.
to Tao me.
That's my first hating of the day, huh?
Yeah, well, you hazed me that time, and that's odd. Fade away. Oh no. Tao me has had her struggles too. Up top to who? Her. Down low.
Pass the ball better. Got to pass the ball better. If you don't have help side defense down low, you can afford to make a softer pass, Kyle. The ball can travel up high much longer without the risk of getting the ball deflected.
Well, the big is always going to have the advantage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you don't have to rush it. I agree.
And also the big has to fight off the smaller players that are going to be scrappy with their hands.
That's the first two-piece of the competition for Tao Mi Truong. She was 0 of 7 in group play, made up for that with her effort on the glass at 6 rebounds per game, but her first 2 she's seen go through, and it was clear off the glass. Lee wants a 2 of her own. Not happening. Get off my back, will ya? Whistle. What's wrong? 75, 5:05 left in the game. Quarterfinal action, so you know what that means. This is single elimination here.
Of course.
Single elimination. Go hard or go home. Oh. That shot was anything but hard. Killing them softly with the floaty is Tao V. Truong. So Caitlin will step up to the line.
Kyle, did you notice that Vietnam is using that two-lady action, a lot more ball screen that they've had at all? If you combine all the games that they've played previously, it's looking much better and more options, more alternates in the way they approach the game right now.
Yeah, China, they look a little unsettled now, missing shorties. Vietnam seem poised to attack.
There you go, ball movement right there.
V to V.
Tough shot.
Really difficult shot. Off target. Quickly down the shot. She's so tough. Almost automatic bucket at 82% inside. Put on the brakes. Couldn't break her off though. Never mind on that possession for Vietnam. Lee, no hesitation, only hydration, H2O, water. Knocks it down and gets the lead down to 1. Oh yeah, they going at it now. Oh, give me those cookies. I'll take that, you take this. She will assist her sister. Zhao, not impressed.
Yeah.
Oh, and that is going to be an unsportsmanlike foul because there was no play on the ball there.
Correct.
So a couple of free throws coming up after this media timeout. But would you expect anything less? Got a good one going on. Looked like Vietnam had a chance to maybe get a significant distance. The momentum had shifted, but then China kind of got refocused.
Yeah, I mean, the main aspect for this Chinese squad is, can you withstand ball pressure and make sound passes? Because you will have position down low. You will execute properly. Zhu and Lee will have size advantage. Lee will have open looks with Zhu completely drawing the defense in the paint. She's that dominant. So knock down shots and don't turn the ball over. But if you rush and you get out of character and you're trying to align your game the way Vietnam plays, that's not going to be a good look for China.
Well, they are also very good at the line, 70% in group play, and those shooting pluses from the line continue for China. Whoa, way out there.
China is doing a good job, Kyle, to make Vietnam take tough shots.
Crossover, 2-on-1. That pass is broken up, but
she's trying to pass as she has the road wide open for herself to go to the layup. I mean, they're trying to stop Zhao as much as possible. They're not going to allow her to just keep scoring. So that means you got to step up as a teammate.
Well, they got 1.2 seconds to get on. No, yeah, not going to have enough time to make a fake and then put a shot up. Got to have better game clock awareness. If you're China, trailing by 1 here, 3:28 to go. Quarterfinal number 1. Quick drive and the dish off to Thao Trong, and a discombobulated possession there for Vietnam.
Just got to make quicker decisions early in the possession, Kyle. Like, you cannot double guess what option to use. I always tell my players, I always tell players I interact with and coaches the same. It doesn't really matter the options that you've chosen. It's all about not breaking up that rhythm. You're not going to make a mistake as long as you go full speed.
Look,
Sweet.
Ma, one hand. Sweet scoop. Give me those.
That's a bad pass.
The defense is really locking up for Vietnam. Took her to spin class. You're going to learn today. 13-10, who? 2, drained.
It's a nice game, Kyle. Two different styles.
2 versus 3 right now. As an ankle seemed to hold Thao Mi up.
Yeah.
Slow to close out, and she will pay the penalty, which is double the price. And
yeah, she twisted that ankle pretty bad on that first step.
man, that is not good news for Vietnam, and you certainly want to
And
be
Vietnam
healthy.
cannot foul.
Nope. She trying to defend. Shot goes up from Hu inside to Zhao, and a whistle. That dead ball is going to give Vietnam a chance to make a substitution as Thao Mi Trong tweaked an ankle. So Kaylee is going to leave the game.
Her foot kind of got stuck. She was trying to propel herself, and her foot kind of got stuck, and the ankle rolled.
Yeah, I'd like to get a closer look on the replay.
It's really like on the trigger step.
That is not what Vietnam had hoped for. Now having to play at least what we anticipate with 3 for the moment. They're going to try to attend to that ankle pretty quickly and see if they can get it back functional.
The trio that remains is good enough to get the job done, Kyle. It's all about now playing with heart, because I'm going to say it that way, even though it's not an easy task, but there are only 2 minutes left. So it's not like you got a full game to go with 3 girls. 2 minutes is doable, it's manageable. And that's going to put a lot more pressure on Kayleen Trong to get the job done.
That one is missed. Can't clean it up, not yet at least. They'll get reset. Lee, Zhao, down low. She is unstoppable. 2-point game, that is certainly a foul.
And that's a silly one, Kyle. That's a silly foul. Make her take a tough shot, contest it clean. If she knocks it down, live with it.
Yeah, disciplined defense.
Yes.
Definitely don't want to put her on the line to shoot 2.
Because it's not an easy one either way. She's backing up with the dribble. She's off balance. If she knocks it down, hey, shake her hand, say, good girl, good shot, congrats, and move on.
Vietnam's leading scorer. Kayleen Thao Mi Trong.
And I'll go further. People say, well, if they miss the free throws, it's a good foul. Not when it gets closer to the bonus land.
Well, China have 5 fouls. They got 1 to give. Vietnam in more trouble. And as it relates to the fouls, as they have no more to give, without putting China on the line where they've shot better than 70% from the charity stripe. Vietnam, who won their first 4 games after going 3-0 in the qualifying draw, won their first main draw game, and then fell short to Japan. Only 1 loss so far here, and this is one they can't afford to lose. The elimination phase.
So, going back to what I was saying, Kyle, now that's the 16th foul. Guess what? Can't foul no more, can you? Because you don't want to send Kailin to the free throw line.
Both teams, 6 fouls, 1-point game. Up top, they swing it. Crossover, spin move. Oh,
lost the footing.
I think she dizzied herself. Her whole equilibrium was off. She was seeing 2 goals.
You know it's bad when you dizzy your own self on the move.
It's happened before. Minute 12. Uh-oh. Abuse.
Ooh, that's a bad miss here. ISO work.
Tao Strong. Pause. Through hang. Misses. Wide open shooter. Who with it back. Offensive rebounding has been big for China in this one. Second chance opportunities. A double dip. 3-point advantage for China as we approach 30 seconds left in the game.
That might be the dagger that does it.
Baseline, drive, and lay. Tao Strong doing without her twin sister at the moment, trying to keep Vietnam alive. Who? A 2 would put this one completely in the bag. 20 seconds to go. Tao Strong, not that time. Long rebound, track down, great hustle. But out of bounds off of Vietnam. It'll be China ball with 13.5 seconds left. That means only a 1.5 seconds separate the game clock and the shot clock.
Yeah, you know what you need to do if you're China, right?
Well, I guess you hold the ball.
Yeah, you just hold the ball. You don't even attempt a shot. And the thing is this, if you attempt a shot right at the 11th second of the shot clock, by the time the buzzer sounds, if the ball touches the rim, clock never stops.
Yes.
Game over.
Well, it's looking like it's going to be a China victory unless something miraculous happens.
You have to foul, obviously, if you're Vietnam, and hope that free throws are missed. You have no choice. You have to foul. You have to foul.
They don't.
Well,
they're
this
just
game
playing
is done.
regular defense.
Why does she shoot it?
Who shoot
Why?
that too? Well, and the door's open. Tao V gets it back to the shoot. She won't even get the shot off. Absolutely in custody by the China defense, who hold on and beat Vietnam. China, the first team to step their ticket to the semifinals. They are moving on up to the semis. Congratulations to Vietnam on a hard-fought game, and again, sending our very best to Tao Strong, who injured her ankle late in this game and is going to need some help to get off the floor. An occurrence like that is obviously game-changing and result affecting. China able to take advantage and advance thanks to a 2-point victory. All right, we'll let you enjoy the highlights from this one. It was a good one to get us started here today. The next one is the two-time reigning champ Kangaroos against Thailand in our second women's quarterfinal coming your way. All right, just saw China advance in a heated confrontation with Vietnam. Now they get to find out who their opponent will be. Two choices in this one. Australia and Thailand. Here's how they stack up against each other. I love this graphic. This full screen is excellent. You can see the scoring difference is obviously vast. The Kangaroos averaging 21 points per game compared to Thailand's 16. Here are your team rosters. Obviously, the Kangaroo roster is loaded. Not to say that Thailand ain't got some talent too, especially with Udom Suk coming in number 5 on the scoring charts. Her and Kuchuan have been getting to it. But this is one of those matchups where most people are picking Australia because they are obviously undefeated and they are destroying their opponents. More on that stat in a bit. But here's the squad. Mila Goodchild, who just made team of the tournament at the Champions Cup last week. She and Annalie Mailey on that squad. Allie Wilson, she's no shortage to hardware. She seen more black than your dentist. Willie won MVP at this event last year. You know it's going to get you. You know it's going to catch you off guard, Angelo.
Yes.
And as Marina Whittle, also a former MVP. Back with, again, Annalie Mailey. That is the game. Kangaroos trying to go for a three-peat. First time ever in the event's history. Never seen it done. Back to back to back. That's the goal for the game.
Even in the men's bracket, correct?
I'll have to double check that. Maybe the Australian men. No,
I think they're going double-double. Mongolia double-double. Yeah, something like that. We'll make sure that we got that fact. But
as they gotta win first.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see what they can do against a fast Thailand team who can heat up quick. Warrington Samat shown some glimpses, although just 6 points scored in the tournament. Their leading scorer is right there, wearing number 29. That's Rathiakon Udom Suk, who is scoring at a clip of 7 points per game. Not just 7 points per game. Did you know she was also grabbing 5 rebounds per game?
Let us know.
I'm just saying, those are great numbers, individual numbers.
Yeah, very complete.
I think her nickname, they call her Junie, either Junny or Junie. Udom Suk.
Okay.
J-U-N-N-Y. What do you think that is, Junny or Junie?
I would say Junie. I like Junie.
I like Junie better. We'll stick with that. If we get in trouble, then we just do it.
Yeah, I don't think it's Junie. It's
all
Junie.
right. So all smiles for the Kangaroos.
I'll tell you one thing.
What?
If she just dazzles us and slay on through people and make everybody put on skates, I'm going to call her Juninho, because Juninho was one of the best Brazilian soccer, because I got to say it internationally, soccer players.
Football players.
But football would be the correct term.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to be the one that's going to be the advocate for football. We are talking on an international channel, so soccer, so everybody knows.
You know how long I've been traveling around Europe?
Oh, yes, sir. Everybody get mad when they hear soccer, right?
They taught me well. We're going to see who's going to come out on top in this one. Annalie Mailey, she stays on the glass like reflections. Leading rebounder for the Kangaroos and has them on top. Udom Suk. Junie is going to take Miss Goodchild down. And that'll be the first foul against Thailand. Mila Goodchild, 24 years old, averaging 4 points per game here at her first appearance at the Asia Cup. She will drive and she will score. Has that ability. Representing from Brisbane, Queensland. Appreciate my guy Matt Holland. Holland, happy belated birthday. I think yesterday you said she was from like New York City or something.
New York City.
No. 2-1 start here early. Actually, these two teams did meet in the pool phase of the Champions Cup. Mei Lee was on that squad and Goodchild, as I mentioned. And it ended up being a close close game, actually. Only a 3-point win for the Kangaroos, but they couldn't stop Goodchild, who had like 9 in the game. So there is some recent history between these two teams. Rangaran is going to knock that down.
Well, there's one thing for sure, Kyle. Thailand has a chance to stay in this game through their main weapon, which is the outside shooting. So if the Kangaroos do a good job denying, contesting everything, obviously they're going to position themselves to become winners in this matchup. But watch out, wide open shots just like this one.
Hey, Kuchuan is hooping too. Go, Bo. Go, Bo. Kuchuan averaging 5 points per game. But there's the triple OG, double OG. The gang leader, Ali Wilson, with a deuce that puts the Kangaroos back in front by 2.
It's all about focus for the Aussie defense. You see Thailand knocking down shots early. That's their main weapon. If you give space, you give opportunity. And you don't want to give opportunity to shooters to warm up and start feeling good, because we've seen what happens when a shooter starts seeing the rim like a big bassinet. You can throw shots off balance, you can close your eyes and it might drop in. So Australia right now starting up the game serious. They can count on their overall talent and aggressiveness.
Whittle gets it back, misses. Goodchild trying to show some muscle. And they missed several point-blank range. Udumsu off in the deep end. She'll miss it. Right iron. Ball stays with Blue. Kunchuan with the up fake. Get over here. Never mind. Stay over there. That's where the ball is. Rebound goes to the game. Kangaroos swing it. Marina Whittle shreds the threads from the right wing. Whoa. That was a tough collision. I think Kunchuan got the worst of that.
Yeah, because she hit her head hit the deck on the way down.
Let's hope that ponytail helped protect her.
Well, that's probably what hurts more. When you have not like I have great experience, but anytime you're wearing a hat or something, if you get hit on the knot, that hurts more because it's like a double hit.
Well, that's what I mean. I meant that in all seriousness, in that when that head is flying back like that, you want anything back there to give you some kind of cushion.
Yeah, cushion up a little.
Coming around the corner is Judy. Ooh, that is a foul. I don't know.
Right on the forearm, Kyle.
I don't know about
right on the forearm.
I don't have to agree with all of them. Big Boss, our managing director, Alex Sanchez, enjoying the action, I'm sure, at this 8th edition of the Asia Cup. And coming back here to Singapore in 2026 for another Asia Cup. The World Cup qualifiers as well. In 2027, we'll have the World Cups. 2026, see? Can't be messing up in front of the boss.
You got to pay the cost to be the boss.
But as I mentioned, back in 2010, the Youth Olympic Games happened in Singapore. So everything kind of comes full circle.
Full circle, for sure.
You know, continue to have a great relationship here in this incredible place. And good games.
Yeah, and the level keeps on increasing.
Oh, yeah.
All around. Men's bracket, women's bracket, more federations getting involved with the sport and learning the game. We mentioned yesterday that we had a great coaching forum and workshop, and you need more of those, and you need to keep on sharpening the all-around understanding of this sport and the willingness of more people getting involved at a high level.
I heard there was a star of that coaching clinic.
Did you catch his name?
Yeah, it sounded a lot like yours. They said, man, this guy's knowledge was so good. His energy was great. We learned so much.
I appreciate that, man.
It sounded like, yeah.
Appreciate that.
No, good job, man. Seriously. 9-5. Kunchuan jab step. Annalie Mailey won't let her go nowhere. You got to ask permission first.
There's one thing that I love about this Australia squad. They are well coached, obviously. There's no mentioning that is like a given, but they don't take teams for granted. They do not make that mistake of disrespecting anybody because they're supposed on paper to have a higher level of talent, but they do not disrespect their talent. You see what I mean?
And to your point, their average margin of victory 16 points.
Yeah.
That's the average margin of victory for the Kangaroos in group play. Big wins over Indonesia and an under-1-man Philippines team. But, I mean, they've been blowing people off the court and shot 53% from beyond the arc, nearly 70% inside the arc. They're so tough, man.
They're competitive. Like, that's what I love about their personality.
That's a great look. Wide open underneath. Mongolia is able to get it to go.
You have to capitalize on those opportunities. If you're Thailand, whatever free bucket you can get, make sure you get it.
Udumsuk, Juni gets it out to Bo. Kunchuan on the move, puts up a tough shot, not happening. The Australian defense tightening up. Made her put both hands down, but can't get the shot to fall. Udumsuk, that's gonna be a travel. Yes, indeed. Yep. Thailand trying to pull off what would be a major upset. Right now looking at a 5-point deficit for the Kangaroos, aiming at a third straight Asia Cup crown. DJ Lass on the spin, shout out to him. Noah Lazarus keeping it hype here at OCBC Square. We got a packed house. Summit,
yeah,
bullet
great look.
pass, great find.
Annalie fell asleep on that one. She stayed on the top side. You're being at the worst position. You're begging to get back cut on.
Good Child is stepping it up here in this quarterfinal. She's the whippersnapper on the Kangaroos. She just got initiated.
And that's the third different pair of kicks in the competition already for Alex. She got I think she got a full luggage just with shoes, man.
Oh yeah, Ali's shoe game is crazy.
I'm a bit jealous. I'm not a jealous person, but I'm jealous of the oldest Kobe's, man. I can't get none in my size.
I got the Grinches, that's it.
What's your shoe size?
13.
I'm a 12 and a half.
European size, I think 47.
7 and a half.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a little too big for me.
Sorry.
We would have talked business.
I gotta have extra room for the bunion.
For the bunion, huh?
All right, bunions. 11-7. Australia. Ali Wilson leading the way at 7 points per game. She will misfire that time, but she ain't gonna stop shooting. She's back on the attack to Whittle. Whittle in and out. Thailand, good look. That's who you want shooting. It's Udumsuk. Juni gets it back. No, I lied. Kangaroos have it. They had it. We all confused.
Yeah, but if you're Australia, limit those open looks. You don't want to make the game harder than it needs to be on yourself. Because that's a shot that she should have taken. She refused to take the first one. That's a contested one.
Oh, that's contact. And that is Udumsuk going up to the line and will shoot 2. Continue to put on a show for her team. But while you see more balance for the Kangaroos, most of the offensive attack is coming from Udumsuk and Kunchuan. You wonder if that will be enough. I think it could be enough if they shoot crazily like they did against France at the Champions Cup. Collectively, I think they hit 9 twos together in that game. Still plenty of time left in this one. Juni, she got the moves, but does not get the bucket. Wilson comes up shy.
Australia is rushing a little bit. I don't really know why. They should take a little bit more time, be a little bit more patient. And I'm not saying, obviously, that Wilson or Whittle and company are not capable of knocking down those type of shots, but it's not necessary at this moment. You're leading. Make Thailand work a little bit harder. Try to put them in the blender defensively, collaborate, and get a better looking shot.
Baseline, no good.
Just better quality.
Ooh, snatch back, 2 missed. There's O'Malley, has it taken away.
I don't like that shot selection at all, Kyle.
Summit from up top. It drops, and don't look now. Thailand are down by 1. Ali Wilson, that was a mean spin. She put her own spin on things. And Australia lead it by 2 now. Summit, up fake, will get the shot, will get it to go, back and forth. It's an Aaliyah track now. Australia getting it to Ali. She will miss. Mei Lee is fouled on the tip attempt. But this thing has escalated quickly.
Well, Thailand is being opportunistic the way they should be. The problem is when you have a poor shot selection, you know what happens next, Kyle? You have awkward rebounds, usually long rebounds if you shoot the ball from far. You're scrambling on the closeouts. You're not well positioned defensively because your transition defense is a little bit caught off guard. So if you clean up your shot selection, you also clean up your transition defense. And I think Australia is playing a little bit out of character. They don't need to be rushing or playing it to a pace that actually plays in the hand of this random basketball that serves
You're right.
gracefully Thailand.
I think it is a little frantic, and Australia look a little rushed. They look like they're feeling it.
I don't know why.
They are battle tested, but they do feel, I think they expect to blow them out, blow them off the court.
Yeah, but you also have that much experience that you understand, especially having played against this team and winning only by 3 at the Champions Cup, that 3x3, you have to expect the unexpected at all times.
Thailand are tough. Summit lost their footing on the drive there. And then lost Goodchild. That's a bad decision normally, but Goodchild is too strong. Mei Lee doing what she does. All over the boards like a deckhand. She doesn't get the shorty to land. Nice ball movement. Udom Suk, slight hezzy fake, dropped off. Look at Mei Lee's effort defensively.
Udom Suk had Sumat at the top of the key, wide open. She would have had time to retie her shoelaces and say hi to mama in the stands before taking a shot. But obviously it's much easier for us on the outside to observe and dissect where the open spots are than when you're playing at the full speed, playing fatigue.
Here comes Ranguan. What? Oh, okay. Shot clock was riding down.
To me, there is no doubt in my mind who is going to end up victorious in this matchup, but there's still room for a bad surprise if you're Australian.
Look at that balance to keep it alive. Arena Whittle, you're going to get these buckets. Back out to a 3-point lead for the Kangaroos.
Nice movement from Team Thailand, and that could have been a foul.
Would have.
Yeah, just because you take the risk of closing out too close, you got to give landing space.
That's a tough position for Udom Suk to be in. Now it's a 2-possession game with just over 2 minutes to play. Whittle applying the pressure on the perimeter. Ranguan picks up her dribble. Nice pass to Udom Suk, who should hit that, but does not. Loose ball stays with blue. Kicked out, Udom Suk. Crossover.
Nice.
She's got Willie out there dancing.
Ooh.
Turn around when I'm talking to you. 2 to the chin, and it's a 2-point game again. Whittle in the post office. It's missed. Keeps it alive. Forces it up, and she's just too strong. Out to Ali. Ali drive in, count it, plus the foul.
Big baller, shot caller, and one with authority. No denying her.
Ali up to the line. Australia getting a real test here from Thailand. This should be an indicator that any game can be won by any team. Australia, too much firepower it seems in this one, but they got a scare. Minute 30 to go. This one has not concluded, but I'm just reading the tea leaves. The momentum has shifted. But you never know, maybe oh, give me those. That property is stolen right back. Kunchuan wants some space. May lead defending. Kunchuan fires. Just a minute to play. Can the Kangaroos deliver the knockout blow? Throw your sets up. Put the tools down. 7-point lead, game point for the Kangaroos. Stolen, delivered, Ahala. Kangaroos moving on to the semis where China await them. Thailand come up short here in the quarters. Even after a very hard-fought game, nothing to hang their heads about. They put the defending champions to the test, and they have passed. Again, on to the semis. Highlights will be coming up here. Also, we'll get some post-game thoughts from one of the members of the Kangaroos. And Mila Goodchild is standing by courtside. Angelo Sakarakis with the mic in hand. Let's hear what she has to say about advancing to her first Asia Cup semifinal. Angelo.
Miela, congratulations. The boys, the Kangaroos, they've won 3 in a row. Are you guys having that in the back of your mind?
Yeah, look, every game's fresh, so we're just coming out, trying to get that done, and then we'll think about the next.
All right, I see. You don't want to project yourself too far. What was the key to come up with a victory against a very scrappy Thailand team? What was like the key element?
Yeah, they're competitors, so we knew that defense was going to be super important. And then just using our skill set, like we're pretty tall, so yeah, just using our skill set.
All right, good luck to you for the rest.
That's Mila Goodchild. A new experience for her, playing with the senior national team at obviously the region's biggest event, and a key contributor in helping the Kangaroos move on. So we'll see two powerhouses clash in that women's semifinal, Australia and China. More matchups to be set in the semis as we turn the attention now over to the men's competition. Mongolia and Australia coming up next. Set to check ball here in about 6 minutes. That'll be followed by New Zealand and India. Don't you move. Here's a look at the men's bracket. Fellas, get ready to take the square here at OCBC Square. And there we go, the official Wilson 3x3 ball with the Wave triple threat technology, built specially for outdoor competitions. You won't find any outdoor competition quite like this. This is 3x3. It is unique. But look at the stats and how they compare. Mongolia, the highest scoring men's team out of group play. They are the undefeated of the two. And I mentioned the history earlier. Nobody's played for the title in this event more than these two countries, and we get to see them clash in the quarterfinals. So somebody will be eliminated early. I think we know who he's cheering for. He's from Australia.
Who would be from Australia?
I was just trying to check and make sure that Angelo was awake.
You say, I'm from Australia.
Man, this Dulgun G,
yeah,
21 years old, played, I thought, really well in his debut yesterday. We know what the Archer gonna do. We know what the Archer gonna do. He's been shooting the lights out and route again to this 2-0 Mongolia start. Ogonjagol talked Pandemonium joining as well, and Dulgun, the Flying Horseman, Inkbot, onto the court, and his perfect hair that I'm always jealous of.
His luxurious hair.
It's quite luxurious indeed. What a mane.
Hey, Kyle.
What?
When you're Mongolia, you're never going to be happy to meet up with the Kangaroos in the quarterfinals. But when you're looking at the competition, it might be, how crazy does that sound for me to say that, but it might be the better matchup in this quarterfinal than if they had met up with Japan, because physically and the pace of the game when you play against Australia in comparison to a Japanese squad, for example, plays better in the hand of how Mongolia likes to play. Would you agree?
I would agree. I would agree. And for me, when I look at this Kangaroo team, individually, they are the more talented team. And the attributes on this team, they just have that tantalizing potential. But I didn't like the effort. They are the defending champions, a different team, split pool play with a gritty win over Iran. And that wasn't a pretty win. It was gritty.
Yeah.
Then they ran into a buzzsaw. Japan lost that game. It was a mixed bag. Some good, some bad. They didn't have much rhythm. I got to see more intensity from the bigs for the Kangaroos. I need to see more, especially from Alex Higgins-Titsa. 5.5 points a game. There's Dylan Stith, 3.5 points per game. But look, as big as his frame is, he got to be more aggressive, man. He's a monster on the rebounds. I expect better efforts from the Kangaroo bigs in this one. It'd be nice if Barker could add some bite as well.
I see what you did there.
Thank you. When they fall on deaf ears, it just hurts my soul.
Don't worry, I always got you. I always got you, man.
But again, if you're just joining us, this is a marquee matchup. Countries who have met 3 times in the Asia Cup final. They together own 6 of the 7 event titles. Australia with 4, Mongolia with 2. It's all down to this 10-minute sprint quarterfinal action.
How insane is it to have this matchup that early in the competition?
Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And we're going to see who emerges. Check ball, first men's quarterfinal. The voice of 3x3, Kyle Montgomery. The czar of 3x3, Angelo Sagarakis. Again, 2 countries in the men's competition that have collectively won 6 of the 7 event titles. Kangaroos with 4, Mongolia with 2.
Knowing that Mongolia won the bronze last year as well.
Yeah, and Australia defending their title as they pulled off a sweep. There's a foul before the shot. Don't want to let Anand Aryambo, the archer, get loose. He was let loose yesterday. 7 of 19 from range. That's 37%, 8 points per game for the archer, as Pandemonium gives it to the Flying Horseman, who draws the foul. Dulgun Inkbot. There's the coaching staff over there. Steve Sir. Yes, sir. Dulgun, well, he was really quiet. Really got others involved in group play.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a glue guy on this squad right now. He's the guy that can pick up the slack if Archibald does, Aryambald does not have his best day.
I was about to say, you threw it back to like the 80s. You're talking about Nate Archibald?
With Nate. Nate the great lefty legend. But I was combining Iron Ball and the Archer together, I think, in my mind.
No.
But what happened is really that you're looking at this squad. They have 2 enforcers in the paint, even though the big rookie, I'm going to call him the rookie, has shown a lot of skills, but we know who the go-to guy is on that squad now.
Yes, indeed. The Archer looking forward on the wing. Oh, wow. That's a good job there. Odonchergal able to draw the foul. So for a lot of things to like about Mongolia.
Of course.
35% from downtown. 22 offensive rebounds to lead the entire field. And Dogun Iqbal, the Flying Horseman, with a 2-piece combo. So that 35% mark from downtown is not something you'd see typically from Mongolia, but with the
they're getting better in the past few years, and it is something that is logical when you have one of the best shooters ever in 3x3 as your coach.
Alex Higgins-Titsa getting in his groove early. That's a good sight for the Kangaroos. 3 in the key, though, called that time. You'll deal with that.
Alex is having a tough tournament, man. He's had one of the best highlights, obviously, with that dunk against Rahimi, but he needs to find his groove, and doing it right now would be the best of times for the Aussies. 2 people on the ball gets you in trouble, usually, because Iron Ball threw up a break up there. I don't really know what he was aiming at, but you have to give credit to the long segments of the Aussie defense.
Steiff. 3 seconds with it back to the bucket. These are Mongolian Warriors.
You will not back them down easily.
I'm telling you, they're stronger than the Gen out there. Have you had that out in Mongolia? Oh, wow.
Had the opportunity to go to Ulaanbaatar for the U23 World Cup. Quite a nice experience.
For me, it was so unique, life-changing. Yeah, I went out and visited Davasambu, and I think the homes are called Steppes, and a traditional experience. His family welcomed us in, man. It was such an incredible time. Dogun with the unorthodox hezi.
Yeah, a lot of over-dribbling on that possession.
Up to Steiff, my apologies. I've been calling him Stiff for a long time. I wanted to say snitches get stiffies, but now that
you only can afford to make that reference if he punches it up on somebody.
I know, but his name it is in Stiff, and he again actually goes by Dylan and instead of Jonathan. So now that that's cleared up, 3-3. Barker, he's an investigator, and he steals it. Higgins-Titsa turns around, misses it. So when you look at Australia, they're 68% from the floor in group play, but a frigid 4 of 24 from beyond the 2-point arc. Turnovers have been a problem at 7 a game.
A big finish right there, withstanding the contact.
New nickname alert. We're gonna, once he comes into the game, oh, there he is. Number 8, Dogun G. Noah says he want to call him Gank the Tank. I want to call him the Mongoliath.
I like the Mongoliath.
I like the Mongoliath.
The Mongoliath to me
is massive.
Yeah, I mean, it's just even more accurate. It's just accurate.
Mongoliath. Y'all let me know if y'all like that or not. I think it's the first time I've given somebody a nickname this early. It's his first Asia Cup. But
sometimes when it's appropriate.
5-3 contest. Steiff swinging it across court, but we got a foul on Mongolia, the 3rd for them. Both teams, these are the top 2 rebounding teams in the competition, which you should expect. Antonio testing it out in the deep end. It's a big splash as the Kangaroos lead it 7-3.
How about that? The big boy showing skill and a soft touch.
Here comes Antonio. There went the ball. Out of bounds. He's claiming that it was touched by Mongolia.
It's only a claim, Kyle. It's only a claim. Because it's not a fact.
Which I think that Antonio is an X factor. He's been the second leading scorer on the team, by the way. 5 points per. 4-15 from deep, so a good clip for him. The rest of the team hasn't shot it well. But again, from what I've seen from him, it's a small sample size, just at the Champions Cup and here, he's streaky.
Yeah.
But when he's hitting,
oh, he has a flamethrower at that point.
When he's hitting, he's flaming. When he ain't hitting, he's pretty cold. Oh, Gonjagal, up fake. Boom. Inkbot, jump hook, no good. Antonio snags the rebound, kicks it out. Alex Higgins-Titsa. Dylan Stipe. Whoa. AHT going up like THC. Getting the board, and an 8-4 game is the result. You could have kept that.
The man has 10 kills. He doesn't have arms.
Right. Had a couple of vicious blocks yesterday.
Yeah, man. It's just...
Higgins-Titsa now coming into that potential that, you know, we've all kind of seen. And for him, it's just being aggressive and all a go all the time, hard attitude.
There's a lot of holding out there.
Yeah, I saw that. Hard to pick a culprit. Alex Higgins-Titsa over to Barker. Barker showing some bite. That's what I was wondering about Barker. He was the most silent, 6 total points in group play. But I think it's important for him on this Kangaroo team to show himself as a threat. And he has that deceptive kind of, Mongolia in the paint. Another person making a debut at this edition of the Asia Cup.
The big boy has skills.
Well, I got his numbers for you. He's 21 years old. 6.5 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. A tournament leading 8 offensive rebounds. And he's 100% at the free throw line.
How about that?
His flaw has been he has missed some easy ones inside. So 45% for a player his size on the inside. That's not a good percentage. But
well, the jitters of the first game.
Yep.
And as the tournament goes farther and farther, he's feeling more comfortable and more confident.
The Archer defending up top. Alex Higgins-Titsa runs into some tough defense. He's not going to get many clear alleyways to the rim. The Archer. Off target that time. Antonio coming around, and he airmails it
that's
express.
a bad outlet.
Yeah, why rush it?
No, but it's not even about how fast he did it. He literally threw a bullet, a cannonball, right to the sideline. Also, it's a bounce pass. The bounce pass got to be a bit softer, and you have to pass it forward, not backward. Speed kills.
Oh, hitting with the hezzy. Accountant Barker. He'll do your taxes and do you up. 10-5. Stipe gets it back. Stipe elevating. Recovering. Stipe with the might. What an effort there from Dylan Stipe.
Are you kidding me, Kyle? He went on a Harlem Globetrotter tryout, showing everybody great handles as he was already falling down on his knees, got up, dunked it. Are you kidding me?
Man, he showed the Kangaroos
technical foul against Alex Higgins, who kind of,
what was he
either he was upset about a non-foul call, or he was hyped by the Globetrotter display, but he got onto the court. Automatic technical foul.
Over to the Archer. Man, and he has not been finding the mark in this one.
One thing that could go Mongolia's way in the next few minutes, if they manages to withstand the ball pressure and collaborate a bit better, is the foul trouble now looming over the heads of Australia. The free throws could get them back in this game, but I'm quite impressed with the defensive effort of the Aussies.
And again, Mongolia, the highest scoring team coming out of group play at 22 points per, have been held to 6 by the Kangaroos.
Oh, he's playing opposite of what needs to happen right now. He's hesitating in his decision making. Pushing the back.
Yeah, foul on strike.
That's what we was talking about, Kyle. I'm telling you, the free throws could be a big factor, especially now that it's double bonus pending over the hands of Australia. The next foul could be a game changer. But Kyle, if you're thinking about how Enkpot's playing right now, he doesn't shoot when he needs to shoot. He's trying to be over.
He's being selfless.
Yes,
selfless to a fault. Shots he should be taking. Instead, he's trying to make the pass. You just saw one get stolen.
And when he's probably should
take the shot.
Right.
I agree with you.
And when he should be passing, he's trying to shoot. He's playing a little bit on reverse mode right now.
Alex Higgins, Tinsa, Gunjagal struggling to keep up with the athleticism of AHT. That sounds like a vitamin. Vitamin AHT.
Or a food supplement.
Right. Barker's been aggressive. I think this is his best performance. It doesn't matter if he's scoring a lot, and he's got a couple buckets, but he's been aggressive. He's forced the defense to commit to him.
Yeah.
And he knocks down the free throw. It is 12-6 Kangaroos. They kick it to the Mongolia, and that's a big miss. Uh-oh, Alex Higgins. Ticha! He didn't forget to flush, did he? 13-6. Has he? Inkbot elevates, and he will score, and that will somewhat stop the bleeding. Uh-oh, on the baseline. AHT, can he get the tip? Out to Antonio. He lets fire. Kangaroo said, break yourself, folks. Aryan Bowl, tough shot.
Well, the Kangaroos are making a statement, quite a statement right now. When they want to bring the heat up defensively,
looks that way.
It's something quite impressive.
Looks that way. Best performance for the Kangaroos so far. Guess they had a, team get together, talked about some of the issues that they've been having. Antonio's been great in this one. His shooting has been deadly. Alex Higgins Tincha has come in with some real energy, provided some punch. Dylan Stite as well, and Barker, the entire team playing great for the Kangaroos in a 15-7 contest. Barker misses, put that back where it came from. Stite likes things a certain way. And watch it, he had one like this yesterday.
We could call him.
He follows like a stalker.
We could call him the Stifle Tower. He went that high.
That's good. I think that nickname is already stolen now.
Well, yeah, but you use it with Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. And the name is more validated.
Barker hitting pause and play, and Stife that time couldn't get the tip.
Because at the end of the day, they gave that to Rudy Gobert just because he was French, but his name is Gobert. See what I mean? It's
Yes.
like it's. I don't like that nickname at all.
I'll find another one for Stife.
We need
just
to
got to
figure it
keep hooping. That time, Dogun reaches in. You can see the frustration starting to build for Mongolia. That's the 7th foul. The only thing that Australia have not done well in this game is the fouls. I don't know if you recognize, Kangaroos got 9 fouls.
But they've stayed on that for the past 2 minutes. They managed to not commit another foul.
Well, here we go. We're approaching crunch time.
Well,
Stipe knocked down the free throw.
I have a nickname for him.
What is that?
You know how powerful he's playing down low right now? Looking like Sir Charles. It could be Sir Stipe.
Sir Stipe. We're gonna put that in contention.
As a candidate.
As a candidate. 9-point game. Look at the hustle. It's getting scrappy. How about Australia perfectly willing to get physical with these Warriors from Mongolia? And they have won the battle of strength so far. A runaway lead right now, 18-7. They're battling for position while the court is still being clean. Settle down, fellas. Now you can tussle if you want to. And now official Simpo is going to come and break them up. Dogon G and Dylan Stipe. They finally get separated some. Stipe.
Man.
He's quicker. He's quicker. Dogon G couldn't keep up with him now. The Mongolia trying to respond. That jump hook goes begging. Antonio. And Inkbot with a careless reaching foul. It's the 8th now on Mongolia, and they just have been beside themselves after a great start to this competition. It is very likely that they will see a quarterfinal exit. Antonio, good. One more, and the Kangaroos will be really good. The defending champs are semi-final. Bam, gang, gang. With a gangster performance against the Mongolians. Refused to be bullied. They were the aggressor. Built up a big lead and win by a large margin, 21-7. That's an impressive win. Best game for Australia as of yet. Enjoy the highlights. And, well, actually, interview first, my fault. Let's hear what Alex Higgins-Titsa has to say as the Czar is standing by. His team headed to the semifinals. His first time experiencing that. Angelo, it's on you.
Hi, Alex. Congratulations. The past 6 editions, it was either Mongolia or Australia winning. So was the fact that the matchup was against Mongolia adding a little bit of spice to it?
Yeah, of course. It's good to play those guys. Like, we know they have so much experience, and we felt that yesterday against Japan, we kind of dropped the ball and we weren't ourselves. So we responded really well, and I thought our defense led us there. And yeah, proud of the boys. So ready for the next game.
Yeah, we were expecting you guys to come out as the first seed out of pool action. So what was the conversation last night as you was preparing for today?
Well, we thought we were going to be #1 seed too, but we dropped it. But we just need to bounce back because, you know, if you lose, you're done. So, I don't know, we just played hard, and I thought everyone did well and we're in the right mindset before the game. So, yeah.
All right, good luck for the rest, man.
All right, now for those highlights. I'm sure you'll be staying glued to your screen if you're watching from down under. But a forgettable performance indeed, from Mongolia. Started off on a good note, but things turned after that as Australia turned up the heat. They're secure for the semis. New Zealand and India men are next, and we find out who joined them. Stick and stay. More quarterfinal action from Singapore coming at you.
Semi-final game one to face Team Australia. Once again, this is the knockout round, so teams must win in order to advance.
All right, here's how our next two opponents stack up with each other as we have New Zealand and India. Contrasting styles, unlike the last quarterfinal we saw between the top two rebounding teams, so we knew it was going to be a physical kind of confrontation. When you look at India, they are really based off of speed and attacking the basket. New Zealand, they have a multitude of ways that they can attack you, and we saw that in the group play because they are one of 4 undefeated teams coming in. So the Tall Blacks coming in the all-white young team. They may be young, but they ready. Can they keep the winning ways going, Angelo?
Well, can they? Of course they can. What are we talking about? Obviously, they're a very dangerous squad, and you do not finish undefeated if you're not a worthy candidate. Now, the main question is, can they sustain that level of aggressiveness and efficiency from two-point range? Because you know that it's a squad that relies a lot on the outside shooting, but Lewis has been lights out. He's impressive. The main question, and I think you're going to like that question, Kyle, we're talking about a young squad, and it's a squad that has a lot of talent and upside. But it is a young squad, and it is the first time they play at this level of competition, and it's the first time they're confronted to a knockout game at the Asia Cup, knowing that most of those kids only have Nations League experience. So will that factor in when it comes to their composure and their maturity?
Yeah.
In a duel to the death type of setting?
Well, we'll see. I know Tatui David Lewis has been a bucket. More on him in a second, but let's get reintroduced to Team India, representing the most populous country in the world. Coming out in the powder blues. Won their first 4 games of the competition, including a 3-0 mark in the qualifying draw. They beat Chinese Taipei, but lost to China in the main draw. And their best bucket getter has been Arvind Muthu at 9.5 points per, which is a little bit of a shock in itself, considering who their go-to guy was in the QD. So there's
Harsh Dagar.
Yeah, Dagar was the man, but he's kind of taking a back seat. That's a look at Singh. He's the lowest scoring player on the team. And Zach Hannon, the same for New Zealand. They're hoping that's not the first time they're shown on an ISO cam in this game. If you get the ISO cam, that means you're hooping or you're doing something wrong.
It's either one or the other. The question, can India come out with the energy that they've displayed earlier in the week? It's not an easy task to ask, though. And New Zealand will pressure the ball and play very physical.
Here we go. Kyle Montgomery at 3x3 The Voice in your ear with Angelo Zagorakis, the czar. And guess who gets the starting going? It is Muthu.
Who else?
Go-to guy. Not a whole lot he can do with Aiden Tonji. Prince falling away. And a 1-1 start in the corner. Up top, Hanning. Deep two. Off iron, Dagar skies for the rebound. He's got Lewis all in his personal space. Dagar trying to get free. Goes to the drop step, spin move. Taking off the to-do list. And the long arms of Prince swipes that away. Or wait a minute, was that a foul instead?
There's a foul, yes.
Okay. Foul instead.
Yeah,
which would be the first on India. I thought he got it clean.
No, it wasn't on Prince. It was away from the ball.
Okay, got it. Meantime, is Martin with a strong drive. Gets it back, and he's got the tip. Gratuitous possession for the Tall Blacks. Muthu in his bag. Get over here. Step back. You don't know me like that. Martin, two-piece, all threads. 4-4 game. Prince making the move.
There's one thing that I thought of before this matchup, looking at this New Zealand team and the fact that they're playing a very long, athletic India squad, but it's not a team that overpressures and plays as physical as some of the other opponents they could have been matched up with in the quarterfinals. And I think that for India, the danger is going to be whether they're going to be allowing those open looks. Oh,
there go that man. Two-piece is good to Tua Davy Lewis.
See, that's an open look right there for Lewis. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
To Tui with another two-piece. Lewis been a bucket. Second on the scoring charts coming into the day at 10 a game. I think you can see why. The kid is as good as advertised. Martin has it poked away. He sets his sights on a two-piece. Choice, bro. Choice.
Oh, Lord. That was not an open look, so there is no complaint on my part if you're India with that shot. But giving the previous two shots, you're not covering Lewis at the level of consistency and focus that you need to have.
Prince punch. Martin, not that time. Prince lost it. Dagar, awkward attempt there as Tonji comes away with the rebound. He's averaged 6.5 board per game, by the way.
He didn't want to travel.
Oh, what a look. Okay. I'm starting to understand what they were telling me about Tui David Lewis. Even though the pass goes out of bounds.
The kid is a baller, Kyle. I mean, certified.
The up fake to Tui David Lewis, not that time. Hannon runs into trouble. Lewis. Prince got a hand on it. That'll leave 3 seconds on the shot clock for New Zealand. As both teams step aside, first media timeout. This is quarterfinal action live from Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be watching from, we appreciate you very much. Give us a follow if you would at FIBA 3x3 and use the hashtag 3x3Asia for this 8th edition of the Asia Cup. Kyle Montgomery and the Czar having a ball, narrating the action until the end. 3 teams will end up on the podium. Champion runners-up and third-place finishers. India got some work to do.
Good away from the ball action right here to free up the guard at the top.
Yeah, he
Good
gets
job.
a very friendly bounce. And that is a bucket that India needed. Turnover by the Tall Blacks. They'll give it back over to India.
But you got to give credit to Muthu for great ball pressure right there, forcing Lewis to try to whip this ball away way too hard. And India could have a little bit of a momentum builder right there.
All eyes on Muthu. He got nowhere to go but up. Tanguy getting up. Martin. Muthu clears it out. Mano y mano, ain't nothing you can do with it. Quick score for Muthu. One possession game.
Nice kick out
That was
pass.
a great pass. Doesn't lead to the splash. Ball back over to India. Dagar lets it go. Off iron. Second leading scorer, Martin with possession of it. Fatui swings it left. Hainan left by his lonesome.
That's what I was telling you about, Kyle. India will have the tendency to give those open looks. Somehow they break down defensively, and New Zealand will not be begging to have more opportunities.
Now Martin getting low on the drive. Hainan fresh off the last two-piece. That was deeper than a pearl.
Oh, Lord.
He hit that from the corner office. That was crazy. 14-8. Martin. Not that time.
That is not a good shot.
No.
But I understand what he was thinking. The problem is identify who's closing out on you. Prince can literally contest you jumping from the paint. He's that long. That's him looking like.
Look at that. That is deeper than Sigmund Freud. That didn't touch nothing but cloth.
Nothing.
That was crazy. We got a 6-point lead for New Zealand. Uh-oh, Martin took one in the chops. Singh will take advantage and throw it down. And Martin's gonna check his grill. Making sure he's got all those pearly whites still intact. Still gotta go home and see his lady.
He's gonna be all right.
Looks like he's okay. But Hainan has really picked it up here. 3 points coming out of group play. He's got 2 huge deuces. And they are actively trying to get him to rock again. Tatui to the crib. He is fouled. Introduces himself to our baseline cameraman. Young Money. Big shout out to our camera crew, by the way. They've been out here in this heat for 5 days, getting great shots and staying on the action. So shout out to them. Uh-oh, Lewis has that one spit out. India back down by 5. Australia waiting on whoever wins this game. Prince does not get the layup to go. Quickly clear. Martin is back, leaves his feet. Lewis is free. Ooh. That's a foul there, and Lewis didn't like it.
Lewis tried to get a little bit too pretty with it because he wanted to finish on the other side of the cup, which is the hardest shot he could possibly take at that point. Either float it up or finish with the left. If you get it on the glass early, even if they contest and block it, the bucket will count.
And that will count. The kid that's averaging 10 points per game in a game that goes to 21 points. Scoring 50% of New Zealand's buckets. Tatui, peace out, bang outs. Yeah, they got a good one here.
This kid right here,
He must be a middle child. He's different. It's just something different.
But you know his mama loves all of them the same.
Of course. At least that's what all mamas say. I'm a middle child.
I'm the last one.
Uh-oh. Spoiled. Daga. Oh, nice move. Can't finish it off. Don't commit a frustration foul. India have to be careful to keep their composure. They're not out of this game.
But they're soon to be out of this tournament if things keep going that way.
That's good defense. These are the ones that matter when you get a clean look, because you don't get a lot of them. Singh tries again. Singh strings. Fed inside.
Very nice. Good composure. We talked about the maturity and the patience right now. Team New Zealand is growing right in front of us. We're witnessing the growth of a very young squad that is achieving wonders. Because this Team New Zealand came out with the willingness to give it its best shot and go as it goes. And didn't have a clear picture of what their ambition could be. But let me tell you, you get hungrier as you eat that good meal. You just want more. You get greedy with it. One more plate, please. Can I get some water to go with it?
At least you picked a healthy drink.
Yes. Because with the way Lewis is shooting, you need that hydration, brother.
Well, he's been hydrated. Straight water for the Tall Blacks in a 17-11 game. We just saw the Kangaroos pretty much beat up Mongolia.
Yep.
Blowout win.
Yeah.
Could the rivals from New Zealand be meeting Australia in the semis?
That would be explosive.
That is the way it is shaping up to be. Aiden up top. Craig.
Oh, yes. Extra pass.
Hayden will get it back and then get it out to Tui. Lewis playing with him like they action figures.
And New Zealand has 3 more fouls to give.
It is 19-11. The Tall Blacks are beating them down. That is good, and that is game.
Man.
Incredible performance from New Zealand. The Tall Blacks, too much for India. The step back, and Martin is gonna kick India out like they was Pam. Beat it, beat. You know you like that. 21-11. Stop laughing. Get ready to listen to a young emerging star for New Zealand in Tui David Lewis. Over to Angelo now with the young gun for the Tall Blacks.
Man, with the way you're shooting, you're going to make all believers out here in Singapore. Talk to us. What's going on? What did you eat for breakfast? We want the recipe, man.
Hey, ribs, bro. That's all you got to do.
It's that simple, huh? Well, truthfully, you guys have the youngest squad in this event, and I don't know what was the mindset when you came in, but I guess you guys are getting hungrier as it goes, huh?
Yo, I mean, the secret is our coach, bro. He's the smartest dude I know, for real.
So big shout out to Coach. Are you ready for the matchup with Australia?
Always, bro. Always.
You heard it's about to be crazy. Good job.
So highlights, although most of them belong to the Tall Blacks, another one-sided confrontation. That sets up a juicy matchup between the Kangaroos and New Zealand in the semifinals. Buckle up for that one. We got a couple more quarters to go in both the men's and women's competitions. Coming up here very soon is going to be the Mongolian women, who will try to keep hope alive for Mongolia as they face off with an underwoman Philippines team playing with 3 instead of 4. We are about 9 minutes away from check ball on that, so we'll get a quick breather before we get back to the action from here in Singapore.
Once again, y'all be sure to check out the fan zone. We got the Air Asia shootout competition where you guys can win Air Asia tickets. They not only got you courtside, they got you cloud side. And more than that, we got merch for sale, additional memorabilia here, more for FIBA 3x3 Asia Cup Singapore 2025. And check out that fan zone, y'all, when you get a chance. So coming up next, we move back to the women's division. And we got Team Mongolia versus Team Philippines.
Mongolia, Philippines, ladies on deck here from Singapore at OCBC Square. Two teams that have struggled to score at a high clip, so this will likely be a defensive matchup. But you notice on Philippines roster, no Camille Claren, who was their second leading scorer, suffered a devastating knee injury yesterday and will not be able to play. We are sending our very best to her again in her recovery process. So her team will play with her spirit in mind and her health in mind, and you know they're going to bring plenty of heart to the competition. Question is, will it be enough? Will it be enough to contend with Mongolia? The women, Mongolians, reached the podium just a year ago, led by Kuan Anobatar. They are playing some great 3x3, but she's not even the leading scorer. Bat Erdine Aryan Setse, she's earned the right to come out last. She has been the star of this show as Team Mongolia in all their glory stand before you, trying to win this 10-minute sprint to 21. So for the Philippines, Jasmine Johnson, first out. Next is Mika Cacho. Philippines, who open up with a highlight-filled 17-point win over Indonesia, but could not contend with Australia with 3 players as they split their pool play action. K Pingo is a show alone, and you see him holding up 21. But Camille Claren, and an ACL injury yesterday. She is recovering. Whether she's watching the game or not, we're sending nothing but love that way once again. So the coin flip will determine the opening possession. Can Bat Erdine Aryan Setseg, the ladies tournament leading scorer, continue to pour it on to the tune of 9 a game? There's Pingo, who is averaging 3 points per. Cacho trying to catch them slipping.
The Philippines can make this a real game, Kyle, even with 3 ladies. It can stay something that has been witnessed before. You've seen games, and I remember, because it was tournaments that I was directly involved with, or for multiple reasons, for scouting and stuff like that. There were teams that I was paying attention to. But if you think of Team Riga, they won a whole challenger playing with 3 players.
Yes, it's doable, but it is difficult.
It is a tough task, trust me. We all know, but they're going to play with extra heart. They're going to play with extra passion.
I don't know if there are 2 teams who play with more heart than the 2 in front of you right now. Pingo gets to the baseline. Cacho gets it back. Pingo mishandles it. Pingo up top. Jazzy Joe lets it go, but it's not before the horn. A shot clock violation is the result.
Yeah, Pingo lost sight of the fact that the ball never touched the rim.
Big thank you to Singapore Sports Hub, organizing another great Asia Cup event here in 2025. Our ball sponsor, Wilson. Our official suppliers as well, Skelter Sports, Baudet in Lyon. Also, the Park Royal Hotel. We've been treated real fancy-like here in Singapore. I can get used to this. Shout out to Marius hooking us up with the hydration. Thank you. All right, here we go. This is quarterfinal action from Singapore. We got 1 semi already set, and with just 2 more quarterfinal games, we will determine the next 2 that will move on. Single elimination right now, so it's go hard or go home. Once you get to the semifinals, you'll still play on.
It's going to be a moving screen.
Yeah, Bobo, a little too aggressive on that drive.
Well, Aryan Setseg is the one that that committed it, setting the screen and moving her feet a little bit.
I thought Bobo could have been called too because you saw that arm come up too. So either way, Cacho splits the defense up top to Pingo. Pingo, front iron, Aryan Setseg. Hezi, drive, shoulder drop, shot drops as well. Mongolia on the board is Cacho.
Nice.
Sprinting to the finish line. Bull, chunks the deuces.
Oh, okay now.
That had more range than a Nomad.
And that's not her main strength, obviously, but she's capable of knocking it down. What she does so well for Team Mongolia is play with a lot of pace and tenacity.
Bull, great pass. Aryan Setseg, runner, too strong as Pingo will come away with it. She'll give it over to Cacho. Cacho drives, misses. Pingo, the anticipation on the steal was the right idea, but just mistimed it, and we'll get whistled for a foul. That semifinal I told you that was already set is going to be China and Australia, by the way.
Correct.
Men's semifinal, Australia and New Zealand. So a nice rivalry from Oceania.
It's only high level, man.
Between those two.
It's only high level.
It's the only way we know how to do it here at the Asia Cup. Pingo kicks it right, Cacho. Hezi. Oh, man, nice move. Cacho couldn't finish it though.
Her legs gave out on her a little bit on the finishing.
Bull hands it over. Kulan. A Novatar two-piece, the Warrior Princess. Start calling her Kula too.
Bingo with the no-look dime.
You know she got that in her bag. That's a tough reverse attempt.
And Cacho, unfortunately, kind of got caught watching the ball, but obviously fatigue is going to be a big factor for Team Philippines.
So got to have a timeout. Apparently something on the jersey of Pingo. Am I right? Or? Well, they have 3 players, so I'm not sure if she's got some blood on her face or what. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Until we can clarify what that was all about, we play on. Kulan swings it. And that one is a stray. Oh, she is told to go away. That was double the disrespect. Two-handed block from Pingo.
And Cacho got kind of
shaken
bumped.
up.
Yeah, she got bumped in the knee right there.
And look who's here actually. I just noticed that Camille Clarent is in attendance, and
she's walking around.
She's walking around,
which is a good sign. If she's capable of walking on her own and putting weight on that leg, Kyle, that's always a good sign.
I'll tell you, to me, that's the highlight of the day.
Yeah.
No matter what we see on the court, seeing Camille Clarent walking around the venue and now sitting courtside watching her team. I mean, you'd love to see that. (6-3) start for Mongolia. The ladies squad, the lone remaining hope for the country, as the men have been eliminated. Cacho hands it over to Jazzy, and Josen can't hit it. Aryan Setseg with the ball fake. Streams to the rim, misses it. Bull can't track it down. Out of bounds off of Mongolia. So Mongolia, what they did in group play was they got to the free throw line more than any other team.
Yeah.
They really attacked the rack.
Yep.
And we're decent at the free throw line, 11 of 18. Like to see a little bit more from their new addition, Narangu or Dinbayan. Just 2 points and 2 rebounds per game. Four fouls apiece, 3-point advantage for Mongolia. Joseph, defended by Kulan. Ping Go with the Euro step, but she knew the choreography.
I had a feeling that she traveled though on that gather. Many, and one too many steps, but she does it so fast.
Kulan checks it up. Aryan Setseg puts it up. Rainbow 2, no. Got a holding foul underneath on blue.
Yep.
Difficult again, playing with 3 players and no substitute in this heat. Kulan. The Warrior Princess is wet from beyond the 2-point arc. Jazzy fires one, can't hit it. Kulatur looking for another one, not happening. Going to the spin move. Tough move, misses, clean up though. The attack continues for the Mongolian Warriors. 6-point advantage as we approach the 6-minute mark. Joe said no. You got to believe that the Philippines are going to need some twos to fall if they're going to win this game. So far, have not found a touch. Kulan wants a screen. She's going to get it. Takes advantage. Off the miss. There's Narangu. Up and in. Josin firing at will. And that time it's fire in the hole as he drops the deuce. Narangu from 18 feet airballs it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a probably too big of a task to ask the Filipinas ladies. It's so difficult because the energy that you need defensively to withstand Ari Tensei and Ono Batar takes such a toll on you that after that offensively, you end up kind of being short on your shot. You're missing layups.
No shortage of effort.
That you can count on for days, forever.
That one out of bounds.
The Gillis has no quit in them. Just there's, if you go as deep as you can, you'll never find any. Quitting is not in the culture, and it's not going to be found in those ladies. The problem is you're looking at the Cacho making a great move, but having her legs give out on her and missing the layup, and Yosin having to take a lot of shots that are contested. And obviously, as a shooter, you want to have some type of fresh legs, because at the end of the day, each minute that go by only makes each shot coming up more difficult.
And the fact that there's no really possessions where they're going to get a rest. The cross from Josin, because, like I mentioned, Mongolia, they attacked the basket more than any other team in terms of driving to the basket, led the field in that category. So,
plus they grind you. They grind you in the paint too.
Yes, you're always having to chase them towards the rim. And
that's a moving screen.
Okay, yes, moving screen.
And Adi Tetsei tells Bull, hey, wait for me. You set me up for failure when you leave too early.
Gets him whistle for a 5th foul. Bull.
Nice.
Got put in the blender. Jazzy up to the line now.
When we talk about those offensive foul calls on set screens, Kyle, it's 50-50. 50% the ball handler, 50% the screen setter, because the timing is key for the screen set to work. And if the ball handler leaves too early, usually you have to move a little extra inch, or you don't have your feet set. Guess what happens? You hear the whistle and you turn the ball over.
As a turnover from Kulan. That has been uncharacteristic of her typically, but this tournament she has had a case of the turnover. 7 coming out of group play.
That's too much.
Second worst in the field. Josin to the left, and missed it wide right. Arjen Setseg now, who had come into this game averaging 9 per. Narangu spinning, gaining her composure, D'd up, and that is Pingo. Oh, Pingo actually got called for the foul. It's so loud in here, I didn't hear the whistle for the foul. I thought it was a shot clock violation, but it is a shooting foul instead.
She's a bit frustrated with that call. Both teams now in bonus land. Pingo. That will be 2 free throws.
Now the 7th on Mongolia.
I'll tell you one thing about the way Mongolia is playing that I don't like at all, Kyle. They over-dribble a whole lot. I think that Kulan holds on to the rock a little bit too much instead of giving it a bit of more movement. They're not playing with a flow that helps them create cleaner opportunities. And that plays in the hand of the Gilas ladies, because now the pace is low, the pace is slow. And even though they have to grind hard, it's much easier to save up energy when the pace is like that. You see Kulan over dribbles once again.
Yeah, has it poked away.
And that's another turnover.
And don't look now, but Philippines could tie this thing up. Not that time, Josin way off target. Kulan swung over. Bat Erdine. That one catches wind. Kulan underneath. Converts it into a score. Out of bounds. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Gilas after they come out of this media timeout.
Your favorite cam is happening right now.
Yeah, the emoji cam. See, I don't even know what that one. See, the kid on the camera now, he didn't even know how to react. What does this one even mean?
It's the shaking face.
Okay, I don't know anything about that. So the 30-second break in the action is nearly over. Here's how the last points were scored for both teams. And not a shock to see this as a low-scoring affair, as neither team has averaged better than 16 points per game in the tournament. Quick drive, Cacho, can she convert? Bringing the heat to Bull. Both teams shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way on any defensive foul. That's the 8th on Mongolia.
We talked about this. It is possible. We know how tough of a task it is, but with the way Mongolia is playing, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot. And if you give hope to a wounded beast, well, you're in danger. There you go. A little bit of collaboration there.
Easy offensive possession for Mongolia. Cacho gives it up. Josin, she ain't seen a shot she don't like. She kept the green light though.
Well, they need her to have that green light. They have no choice.
Kulan firing one herself. Cacho, tough board. Out to Pingo. Pingo with the quickies.
Oh, yes.
Dime time.
Oh. That would have been a huge bucket. And guess what? How many fouls for Mongolia, Kyle? That's number 9.
To the line, though. And 2 in front. You're right. That is number 9. And things looking very optimistic.
And the crowd is pulling for Philippines, man. The crowd are looking at the underdog and thinking, man, why not?
Underneath, offensive foul, and the Gilas are getting loud in this place. Tie game, 12 up. Bingo.
Good ball movement right here. Oh,
Cacho.
putting too much protein on that one, but that's an open look for Yosin.
Yosin drains it. The Pousson is on display for the Gilas. 2-point advantage. The temperature is rising here in Singapore. Jazzy trying to get back in her groove. Bingo swings it. Oh, that is going to be an offensive foul. It was too overt. It was too overt. That will be the Philippines' 7th, but it is an offensive foul, so no free throws will result. But the possession will go over to the opposition. So 14-12, what an effort from the Philippines, who have no substitute. In case you didn't know, Camille Claren suffered a knee injury yesterday. What we're being told is an ACL.
Yeah,
partially torn. And
the partial part of things is a big win right there.
So she is here in attendance, sending her energy to her squad, playing with 3. Mongolia trying to get this thing back even.
Mongolia needs to figure it out, and they need to figure it out quick.
Bull. Not that time, Cacho. Josin. Jazzy's been averaging 5 points per game. On the cut, Cacho got swiped away. A couple of attempts. Gonna keep it alive, the active hands.
The hustle from Cacho, keeping the ball alive and getting the possession back. Bingo, see you later.
Bingo draws the foul. That's number 11 actually. 11. So Mongolia in a very difficult position right now because they are in the double penalty. So not only will Bingo get 2 attempts at the line, the Philippines will get possession as well. Bingo sees that one ping off the front of the iron.
And obviously there's going to be a warning for coaching because Claren being on the sideline, you cannot interact with her directly as she's not participating in the game.
Whoa, Bingo.
I like that. Got it.
She took a sigh of relief because off the release, that did not look like it was going to go, but it does give the Philippines a 3-point advantage.
And Mongolia cannot afford to foul.
Cacho, good look. Bingo draws another one.
I kind of agree with Kulan though. Bingo is jumping forward, so I don't really like to see players be rewarded as they jump forward because it's unnatural. Like, to me, and I don't know how you feel about it, Kyle, but a shooter needs to maintain his shooting form.
Yeah.
And right now, Bingo literally jumped forward and kind of baited the foul call. I would have kept it a non-whistle, but I didn't see the replay, Kyle, so it's kind of a tough call. But that's I'm sharing my first emotion, first feedback. See what I mean?
Yeah. It's 17-12. Can you believe it? The Gilas in front. Cacho missed it. Kulan up top. Minute 35 to go in this one. If Mongolia is going to make a run, it's got to happen now. Loose ball goes over to the Gilas. Bingo is feeling herself. She's played great here in this game. Oh, the snatch back. Jazzy, dime time, keep. Oh, they don't get the score. Kicked out, Bull. 2-ball on the way. It's off target. Loose ball. Who's that off on?
It's off White. Cacho, such a good job boxing out taller and bigger opponents.
You know, we don't cheer for any team.
Of course.
We're impartial. But I think the Philippines, it's hard not to root for them. Just anybody in the stadium. You could be a Singapore fan. You could be any. It's hard not to root for a team that saw a player go down with such a scary injury yesterday. Everybody could, you know, you have 3 players, you mark it off as a loss typically. And for them to come in against a tough Mongolian team that was a podium finisher last year, and looks like they're going to get this. All you can do is take your hat off and applaud them for that effort. That's a story that you can get behind.
And I tell you what, though, if Mongolia ends up losing this game, which is not over yet, they can only get upset with themselves. The way they approached the game, the way they performed offensively, because to me, there was way too much over-dribbling, not enough flow in the offense. They did not get Kulan on the closeouts that she loves so much. They did not find Ariutsetseg off two lady actions. They were kind of just settling to ask for the ball in the post without really moving around as they should. And think about it. If you're being matched up with a team that has no sub, don't you want to make them run as much as possible? Don't you want to make them work defensively as much as possible?
Yeah.
And I was telling you a few minutes ago, the pace of this game and the way Mongolia approaches the game gives the Philippines a chance, because it plays into their head of not burning up too much energy.
Well, in a battle of heart, we can see that the Philippines are definitely game. Joseph tracks it down. Loose ball. She got that thing on a yo-yo string. Concho caught them slipping. Sneaks to the rim, and it's 18-12. 3-possession lead, but Kulan will not go away quietly. The Warrior Princess is here for the fight. 45 seconds left, 18-14. In and out, and in for the score. It's Jazzy.
It's incredible. And Camille is in the stands crying, emotional. Coach Altamirano hugging out, and it's incredible what's going on right here. Claren cannot hold her tears right now.
With 19 seconds left, or 30 seconds left in a 19-14 game right now, Philippines could win it before the horn. Mongolia's hopes are dimming. It would take a miracle. 12 fouls on the Mongolians. Been a bit of an issue for them here in Singapore this year. Pingo with the quickies. Kulan with a great defense. Yosef tracks it down, but...
Well, the Philippines has one best friend right now, a friend that helps so much. It's Father Time. Only 27 seconds. If you don't foul, the time running out. You just need to hold on to the ball after this. Even if she scores, right now, just hold on to that rock. You don't even have to play fast. They're gonna have to foul. Just don't turn it over.
Well, Joseph decides to shoot it.
Not a good choice, but there's such a gap that it's not gonna matter, Kyle.
That one off the mark. The final 3 seconds will tick off the clock. Wow. And if you are not impressed with this win, then something's wrong with you. Massive puso from the Gilas, doing it without Camille Claren, who's emotional in the stands. Can you imagine how that coaching staff, how that training staff is feeling right now? She's got the camera surrounding her. Only one more second left here before this one's officially done. But the game will go final here in just a second. And Camille Claren is waiting on her team to join her. 0.7 seconds left. Won't matter. Last second heave, and that secures it. The Philippines do it with 3, winning by 4 over Mongolia. They are semifinal bound, playing with the heart of their fallen teammate, Camille Claren. They now join her on the court. You can see the tears and the emotion. You gotta love this. You gotta love it. Gila's moving on. Hard-fought tournament for Mongolia, who will see their journey end at the quarter-final stage. Incredible effort from the Philippines as they will await the winner of our last quarterfinal in the women's competition, Japan and the Republic of Korea. We're gonna hear from Jasmine Josin here, who's courtside with Angelo Tsagarakis, and wondering how she's feeling with all those emotions flowing with the Philippines. Angelo.
JJ, That was a great display of the Filipino Puso! So, we saw you come out with Camille's jersey. I'm sure it had to be all in your heart. Tell us your mindset before coming to this game undermanned.
Hey, we're prepared, you know what I mean? No matter what the outcome is, you know, we're out here to play with our heart. So to the Filipinos out there who are supporting right now, we're giving you guys my all, our all.
Amazing. Tell us, how do you guys feel physically? I don't know about the acid lactic in the legs, whatever, but just share with us a little bit, because playing with 3 people, it's an incredible task.
No, I wanna give props to the Mongolia team. They're really great, okay, and they tired us out. Like, I'm gassed. So, you know, this is gonna be our last push. So whatever it is, we gotta just push it to the end.
Well, props to you guys. Congrats.
They will try to extend their tournament life. Once again, it'll be either Republic of Korea or Japan as they will face off in the next women's quarterfinal. That's about 10 minutes away. So highlights, moving pictures for you to enjoy. And a big win for the Gilas. More action on the way from OCBC Square. All right, let's dance again, shall we? Got the sneaks laced up for this next quarter final. Japan will come in as one of the unbeatens out of pool play in the white jersey with Yuki Noguchi as their second leading scorer on this squad. We've said it time and time again, but speed kills, and Japan got speed to spare. They are like that. Most twos made of any team from group play. 10 of 27. So the Japanese women and men both atop the two-point shooting charts in terms of percentage. And they got a star named Fatumanana Nishi, who leads this group with Tsurumi and Takahashi. Haven't gotten to the free throw line much, but that's because they've been so efficient in their shooting from long range. As for the Republic of Korea, they were undefeated in the qualifying draw before splitting their pool play games. Lost to China by 7, but won huge over New Zealand, who were down 1 player. So the Republic of Korea now enters the court, only scoring about 15 points per game, so they're going to have to find a way to match the firepower of Japan. They come out with Daeyeon Lee, Yena Lee, Yoo Jung Heo, who's the leading scorer, and Yeonha Song. So here we go.
Kyle, I just thought of something, man. We always mention the youth of Team New Zealand in the men's bracket, and we mention the youth of Fatumanana Nishi. But we even haven't focused on the fact that Republic of Korea right now is in the quarterfinals. They're just a bunch of 20-year-olds. We haven't even really focused on that because we are looking at them as a very composed team, very patient, well coached. They follow the game plan, and we're like, well, of course, experience. Well, no. What experience are we talking about?
And they played more 3x3 games here than any other team.
Yeah.
As they had to come from the qualifying draw. So they're really being put to the physical test, the endurance test.
Right.
Shout out. You want some camera time? Get my guy in here. Throw up the threes, baby.
It's all about you, man. It's all about you. You know the song? It's all about you.
It's all about us. That's the real lyrics to the song. Kyle Montgomery, Angelo Zakarakis, the voice in the czar here for the last women's quarterfinal. Philippines awaited the winner.
When you're looking at the matchup coming up for the Philippines, I don't know who you would like to see more. 2 really good teams. One is going to be more powerful, Team Republic of Korea, or one is going to be the most intense and fast, and also one of the best shooting teams, Team Japan.
Takahashi to Nishi, uncontested to the rim. Nishi averaging 8 points per game. She's got 2 quick ones in this one. Also 4.5 rebounds per for the young star for Team Japan. She's been so efficient, 63% from the field, 43% from beyond the arc with 3 two-pieces. The 21-year-old. Fatumanana Nishi. 2-zip inside. The Republic of Korea are going to get their first score, utilizing that size advantage they had. Nishi picks up the dribble. Pass out to Takahashi. Off the iron it goes. She crashes in and trying to get the rebound, but it'll be Republic of Korea ball. Nice effort.
Oh, why would it be ball to Japan? I mean, it's fair, but it almost, I mean, to me, it's simultaneous.
Oh, I thought it so too. I didn't think that they could maintain possession.
They had, like, control of it, yeah. It's a bit rushed, but
hey, never mind, Japan ball.
Japan ball it is.
That is the decision. Nishi got places to go and buckets to get. So far, she's only driving. She's playing Tokyo Drift. Leaving them in the dust so far, as she's responsible for all the points for Team Japan. And knocks it down.
Are you telling me that Fatima Nana is going to put on her Ozawa costume? Already 4 points.
She's doing her best impression. Lee off the mark, rebound to Japan.
Nice
Nishi
pass.
inside. Noguchi up and in. Noguchi averaging 5.5 points per game. Takahashi averaging 6 per. A lot of balance on this Japanese team.
Yeah.
As the Republic of Korea look at an early 4-point deficit.
That's their main strength, Kyle.
Surumi.
The fact that the danger comes from anywhere at any time. You always have to be focused. Woo, 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 woo. Way too long right here, but...
Man, I couldn't even get it to the rim from out there. Off the mark, Lee is there to corral it and score it. Surumi swings it over. Nobody there to stop Noguchi. The defense just glitched.
Yeah.
The controller died or something.
No more battery.
Lee. It ain't that windy.
You know what you need to love about Japan when you're looking at the way they play is the fact that you have that flow in their offense where if there is a drive, the other two don't get caught watching the ball. They'll either relocate or provide you with a backdoor cut. So there's always an option available to you as a ball handler when you're Team Japan, and that's quite interesting because not only are they all fast, but they're all willing passers, meaning they have that thought process of, if I don't have the shot, where's my teammate in the best position?
You're right. I couldn't have said it better myself. They're all potent, as you can see. It's pick your poison right now. Japan up 8-2. And the Republic of Korea not able to respond. Look how quickly that ball starts to move. Very rarely sticks. The speed in which Japan plays is just a hard pace to keep up with. Nishi is smiling as she gets the rebound. It's just a playground for her right now.
She's so casually disrespectful.
It wasn't that long ago she was actually on the playground. She's 21.
But the main thread also is, and we saw that with the boys last night, if you try to take away the two, they are they're very comfortable also picking you apart with the closeouts and driving the lanes. So it's not like you're saying, well, you only take one weapon away and you win this game against Japan. You really have to make an all-around effort defensively to be competitive against them.
Deuces are wild as Japan have exploded. They are out to an 8-point lead. Hey-oh. That is a no-go. Rebound stays with Blue. Nishi trying to tie it up. She does better than that. She actually gets a steal. Nishi is down, but Takahashi will continue. Turning the corner. Surumi's got plenty of room.
She literally had the time to slow down to a halt before taking that shot. Oh, it's not looking good for Republic of Korea.
It's going from bad to worse. This is an 11-2 game, and we are 3.5 minutes in. Down to the post office, and what it does is it takes the Republic of Korea out of, again, their system and what they like to do. They led the field in drives, but shot the fewest free throws of any team outside of Japan. And for me, it's a tough hill to climb for them to get back in this game because obviously they're going to have to extend the floor. They're going to have to go for more twos than normal. I don't think making this a 1-point scoring game behooves of them.
When Japan knocks down twos, Kyle, they are influencing the game to go into Japanese pace, which is, we have to match up. We have to make sure that we don't drop with a 7-point lead in favor of Japan. So how do you catch up? You're trying to score twos, but if that's not your identity, you're not going to do it as efficiently as them. And that makes you get in a very tough spot.
Nope. Can't beat them at their own game. Korea trying to remain calm. But the twos keep flying. Uh-oh, Tsurumi getting tricky with that thing. Noguchi, two-piece, no good, but the offensive rebound back to Japan. Tsurumi,
Great patience.
with the slow motion Euro step.
I
didn't do that. That was the audio team. They
understand.
knew where I was going with that. They slowed me down. Good job.
Technical team working.
Did you see that though? She just
Second time. But the thing is, having the ability to slow down and finish is not given to everybody. Something that is being more taught in the skill development programs. Play with pace. Don't just rush everything. Sometimes slowing down is speeding up because you're seeing the defense just boom, zooming by you, and you have all the time in the world to finish the way you want.
Well, this game could be over with the quickness if Republic of Korea don't find the fight. Japan blazing out of the gates. Quickly over. Nishi, baseline. Takahashi threw it in reverse. De Leon making a nice move. Tsurumi playing great in this game for Japan.
Fourth team foul against Republic of Korea.
Nishi, 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. She's not even gonna try it, says that. Shot clock violation. Nine-point lead. Dominant start for Japan. De Leon, way out deep. Connects to make it a 7-point contest.
Nice.
Extra pass, Noguchi all day to shoot that one.
That's a high basketball IQ play from Nishi, Kyle. Identifying where the help side defense comes from and making sure that you don't force a situation. Recognizing that you have bodies behind you.
Song, nice drop step. Now the Republic of Korea has shown some pulse, and Japan's hot shooting from long range has cooled off a bit. Takahashi, she's a speed demon. Nishi with a force 2. And now Japan have hit a little bit of a lull. But their defense has been one thing they can depend on. They gave up an average of 8 points per game in group play. They've nearly given up 8 in this one already. 4.5 to go. Back down low. Double team comes right on time as Nishi ties it up. Jump ball is as good as a steal. And the possession will change over. Japan up top. Noguchi will get things started. Nishi directing traffic. Tsurumi making the move. Entry pass with 4 to shoot now. Noguchi steps through. How do you say excuse me in Japanese?
I wouldn't know. But I can tell you thank you.
She wasn't worried about being polite. On the attack is what Japan continued. It is Nishi. No good that time. Lee hits the deck, stolen back. Tsurumi. Good active hands. Oh, the quick fake for Nishi. The play that nearly didn't work, but the Wilson favored Japan on that one. And Song touches nothing but you know what.
Really good shot.
Short J.
Yeah, really good shot. Good looking form. Good balance.
Tsurumi up fake. Side steps. Man, her bag is deep. Underneath That won't help the Republic of Korea. Lee can, however, make good on the possession she does. Sarumi right back. Sarumi has been disruptive.
Yep, they took a little bit too long to trigger the offense, Kyle, and it's one of the very few turnovers that we're going to see from Team Japan. A very disciplined team. And the Republic of Korea has taken too long to figure out how to get the ball in the post. Every time they managed to get the favorable matchup down low, they scored, but they just have done it too few times.
3 minutes to go. Winner gets Philippines. An outstanding performance for Japan through 7 minutes of game time. Heo up top from the logo. Back to it from Singapore. Inside they go. It's the song. 6-point advantage.
Yeah, well, Song.
Takahashi speeding. She will get a citation.
Song got serenaded.
Provide some serenading. I don't know
She
how
got
much
serenaded too.
I don't know how much more this we go.
How many more?
Whatever references you got, you better get them in now because this could be ending quick.
Yes.
17-10. Takahashi can't add to it, but wait a minute, there's seems to be a lane violation on blue.
Lee tiptoed in, try to get away with it. She got her feet back behind the line with quickness, but not quick enough.
This time the free throw goes. The full complement of Japan's arsenal on display in this one. I would imagine that Takahashi, Nishi, and Sumori all three nearly have 6 points or 5 points apiece.
Oh, man.
Hey, Surumi is a problem. Best game of the tournament so far for Surumi, defense and offense. Heo.
She's devastating defenses like what you know what. Oh my
Look
goodness.
how quickly they get that transition offense going. They are quicker than TSA pre-check. And
when you got the premium.
Check a W next to their name.
Wow. Impressive, man. Just impressive.
One more to go, and I believe that Takahashi is going to put this game away right now. And what will end up being a miss. That was the announcer's jinx. Whenever you start talking good about a free throw shooter, or
it's happened to me all season long, Kyle. Like it's almost, I'm 90% on that.
Takahashi with the step back, and they are taking a step to the next level. 21-11, a 10-point blowout over the Republic of Korea in the quarters. Japan will move on to face the Philippines, who will put forth their best fight with 3 players against this Japanese team that has not lost yet. Semis for the ladies are set. Still a couple of men's quarterfinals coming up. China and Qatar in the battle of the bigs all the way. They'll be checking ball in less than 10 minutes as the picture for the semis gets clearer. Congratulations to the Republic of Korea. Played a tough tournament all the way from the QD until the quarterfinals, but not meant for them in 2025. We'll take a pause for 5 minutes, but don't go far. Men's quarterfinal action continues from Singapore in just a few.
We're going to see how these big 14 impact the game. As we're about to set it off in a little bit in our next quarterfinal game 3. People's Republic of China versus Qatar. And the winner of this game will advance to the men's semifinal, game 2. And coming up after this game in the men's division, we got Team Japan versus Team Singapore. Stay tuned, y'all.
All right, we head into our final 2 quarterfinals in the men's bracket as China and Qatar get ready to take the court. Qatar, a former Asia Cup champion at the inaugural edition. That's when it was called the Asia Championships. Here's how the two stack up against each other. China the more efficient of the 2 teams, and that is why they are undefeated coming into this contest. They beat Chinese Taipei, then India in group play. Most efficient team inside the arc. Qatar 1-1. Outmuscled Vietnam before losing by 2 to New Zealand. Zhang Diang Lang, first out for Team China. Great optionality on this Chinese team. 3 players averaging 6 points and 4 rebounds at least. There's one of them.
Yeah, very complete squad.
Guo Han-yu, 6 of 6 from the field is Guo Han-yu.
Hasn't missed one, huh?
Not inside the arc. And Xiang Ji Chao, last out for Team China.
For Team China.
I wonder, did they pick their entry song? They're not like us. Or did DJ Last do that?
I'm pretty sure the teams pick out their songs, unless DJ Last is the one that decides what the vibe needs to be.
Nedim Muslic, the most experienced on the Qatar team, first out. Bobo Magasa, just 2 points and 8 rebounds in the main draw action. But a towering squad they are. Not a player standing under 198 on this team. And last but not least, Mohamed Abasher. The 20-year-old is the leading scorer for Team Qatar. He's having his coming out party. 9.5 points per game is what Abasher is delivering. Vanessa Devlin and Tatsuo Nagoshi representing Australia and Japan respectively to officiate our third men's quarterfinal. Me and Angelo were chatting coming into this contest, and you actually think that China has the advantage.
I think that China is more disciplined than Qatar. So when you're looking at a matchup where both teams physically match up pretty well, and if there is one team physically that can match up with Qatar, you're only thinking about two squads. You're thinking about Australia, obviously, and you're thinking about China. Nobody else has the all-around density from 1 through 4 to match up with the size and physicality of a Qatar team. So that's the reason why I give the upper hand slightly to China. I just see them as a more disciplined squad. But we haven't seen the best out of Bobo Magasa yet.
No.
So if he decides to show out, that could be a game changer. So I would put him as an X factor. Also, can we get some outside shooting from Mohamed? That's going to be also one of the X factors, because you know that Qatar is not the best outside shooting team. But if they get some type of efficiency, then now that's the game changer for them.
Yeah, I think they need a consistent second option. And then Muslic has been solid with 4.5 points and 6.5 rebounds, but it's gone 0-6 from two-point range. Bohan Yu misses his deep stroke on the first try. Abasher's been the only player for Qatar who's been able to knock him down consistently. Muslic is there to get him on the board. Qatar draw first blood. There's a reach-in foul called on Abasher. And Bobo quickly in for Saeed. Saeed, one of those players, you like his potential, but not the numbers. He's just got 6 points as he takes a seat. And a foul on Abasher.
Second team foul very quick for Qatar.
Xiang. Oh man,
This is nice.
out all the tricks.
Bobo.
Bobo hungry for that rebound.
When Rodeo
Sends Pan or Yan Peng to the ground.
already 3 fouls, not even barely 30 seconds.
Something that Qatar's going to have to pay close attention to. The drive. Han Yu on the grow. 1-1 contest. Saeed 0 for 7 now from D. Guo. Wrist work. Right on time. Knocks down the deuce as China lead at 3-1. Bobo attacking. That foul called on the floor. For China, they made 78% of their shots inside the arc.
Yeah, very efficient.
Also, 14 attempts at the free throw line. Bobo, okay, with the drop step, and the hook goes. One-point lead, China.
And that's a city foul from Bobo.
Yeah, Bobo, I don't
Just holding the knees and hips like this. You have to stay aware of what's going on with the fouls, and it's already the 4th team foul.
Jump ball there, that's a good play, but 4 fouls, that means 2.
They did not check the ball.
Well, the ball wasn't checked. I think
Yeah, so it's
that's Guo. That's Guo's
It's a
argument.
bit awkward, but I guess the ball was live. Okay.
Defense there from Guo. Abasha stepping behind the line, chumps the deuces. Out of bounds. And substitution is made. Muslic is in. Bobo will get a rest. Up top, China will get it. Xiang with the check. And we're off and running from Singapore. 8th edition of the Asia Cup. 4th straight year here in the Lion City. The Olympians streaking to the rack, scoring it. Abasha going to work. Abasha bullying his way to the bucket. He's denied. Saeed, though, will get the Wilson off balance turnaround. Not happening. Bingyan swings it. Xiang strings left wing. 6 deuce China.
3 seconds in the paint. China, the more disciplined team, taking care of business right now. And Qatar close to foul trouble already after barely 2 minutes played, and it's just not looking the best. Obviously, it's very early, and there's the talent.
There's a shove on China.
Yeah, Muslic very smart, experienced. Got on the top side.
Well, if you notice in group play for Qatar, in the game that they won over Vietnam, they got Abasha going early. I mean, he was a big spark early. He's not getting many good looks, and I don't think they want to be married to the idea of him settling for a lot of twos. I know these shot him well, 4 of 7 coming into this game, but their advantage is going to be inside. Bobo with the travel. Whoa, man.
Don't want to allow him to get too many open looks like that, Kyle. I'll tell you that. That's a travel again.
Bobo is malfunctioning right now for Qatar. Several mistakes for the big man early. Travels, turnovers, fouls. Now Bobo over to contest the shot. Muslic wait for somebody to get out. Agasa will set the screen. Muslic decides to go himself and cleans up his own mess. He don't need no help. Actually, he does. Qatar with just 3 points in this game. Xiang kicks it out.
Good
Yan, ball fake. What a fake.
Good patience from Team China, Kyle.
Indeed. China, 3rd place finishers in 2022. Ping Yan not in the mood for company. Come back another time at 7-3 as we reach our first timeout. Great timing on the defensive end for China.
2.7 seconds left on the clock. So obviously China is going to try to come up with a great defensive stop, but Qatar needs to find a way to either free up Muslic for an open 2 or some type of quick hitter, or maybe just use the length and ability on 1 or 2 dribbles from Abasha to go to the cup, draw a foul, maybe something like that, but they don't have time to play posted up. They're going to have to play quick off the dribble.
2-possession lead for China. Muslic, who had to force that up late in the shot clock, did not have any other options. So a quick change of possession back over to China, whose women have advanced to the semifinals.
Good extra pass.
Kicked up top. Yes, indubitably. Han Yu Guo with another deuce going down. As China go up by 6. Saeed, cross, spin.
3 seconds in the paint.
In the key.
A lot of over dribbling, and there's not a lot of flow in the offense from Qatar. And on the opposite side, what do you see? The ball being moved around, a lot of extra passes, a lot of flow, and that would hurt.
Yeah, right now Qatar got more turnovers than a pastry shop in Paris.
Trying to go pretty with it, huh?
They got to hold on to the rock. Abasha, slight has he gone to the see? It's been that kind of, just dunked the ball. Qatar making mistakes. Bobo, what a block!
Oh, he could have blocked both sides. He had one arm for the right-hand side, one arm for the left-hand side. Didn't matter which side you chose to shoot it.
It's the two propellers on top of his head. See him spin it? Gave that extra lift that he needed.
Helicopter mode.
That's it. Helicopter Bobo with that beautiful block.
You could call him the Bobo drone.
9-3 as Abasha spin move and layup.
It's been quite nice to see the development of this kid.
On you to the crib, another swattage. Bobo saying no. So he's overcome some early mistakes with a couple of really good defensive possessions. Oh, that certainly is a foul. That'll be number 5 on Qatar. And a warning for the chitter chat coming from China. Official Tatsuo making sure the scores table knows. Warning. Oh, actually, no, they had already got a warning.
The delay of game was earlier. Remember on the check ball.
Yeah, on the check ball. That's right. Yeah. That's right. So this is a technical free throw coming up for Muslic.
That could be a good break right there for Qatar.
4 points through just about 5 minutes. 5:12 exactly on the clock. Kyle Montgomery, aka the voice of 3x3, at 3x3 the voice in your ear. Angelo the Czar Sagarakis here on the mic as well. Instagram.
Yes, sir. With 2 lower dashes, lower scores.
Snatch back, double cross. Defense is still there, but nobody home to stop the layup. Xiang on the baseline.
See that off-ball movement,
yes.
Continuity. That's discipline right there.
Not much flow for Qatar.
Oh, and that's a turnover.
China really applied the pressure.
Nice.
Great
Super smart.
Great look.
Super smart.
System 3x3 that you see from China. A lot of ISO ball from Qatar.
A lot of over dribbling.
Disjointed.
Yeah.
Mistake-ridden performance so far for the former Asia champions.
Lack of discipline.
And yeah, like you said, not the discipline. Lack of discipline lends itself to the mistakes they've made in this one. I like the cut, G. Saeed somehow gets that to go, even though it looked like it slipped.
I would have given the ball inside. That's not the best of choices. There was size advantage down there for Xiang.
Down to Bobo, up fake. Bobo on the block. Bobo denied. Shot clock violation. Nothing coming easy for Qatar in this one. China continue to go to work on it with 3:58 left. Holding on to a 7-point lead right now. And threatening to send Qatar home here in the quarterfinals.
And the thing that you've seen from China, Kyle, is when they, remember when I mentioned about Japan, how they were willing passers, and whenever somebody was going to the cup, if the ball were to be stopped, then the others were either relocating or cutting backdoor, giving options. That's what we've seen right now. We've seen a lot of backdoors and off-ball movement that gave China wide open layups. It's easier to build up a lead when you get easy buckets.
What a finish from Guo with Bobo flying in there. Not you. One of the star players has really been putting in that work for China. Bobo will miss. Abasha will clean it up, but Guo, again, leading the way for his team at 6 points per and 6 rebounds per coming into this contest. Slow to close out on Xiang. 2 goes begging. Abasha has it cleared. 9 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Abasha. Nice follow there from Mogasa. Xiang steps back, plenty of space on the release, but missed the rim by a mile.
Yeah, Xiang hit that first one, built his confidence up, but right now he's kind of falling in love with the two. You also have to understand it's not easy to get to the paint when you play against Qatar. There's a lot of length, a lot of muscles down there.
Well, I thought if Qatar could assert themselves on the inside and, you know, find some efficiency in scoring, I thought they might have an advantage in this one. But I thought wrong. Whoa! He got a turbo button or something.
He surely does.
Turbo Guo. That's the nickname for him from here on out. Turbo Guo.
Yep.
Draws the foul. Hard hack in the process of a shot. Oh, Angelo's up on his feet.
Yeah.
I think it's the song.
Muzzle on the beat.
Left, right, left, right.
Left, do it, right, do it. Kyle does it, low, does
Don't get me started. Don't get me started now. I'll get up with this crooked neck and everything. Hold on. 2:35 left in a game that has been. You caught me off guard with that one. Hey, it's serious business.
It is. Nothing but serious business.
Get back focused. I don't know what's happening at the scores table at the moment. If you want to,
we're just trying to keep people entertained. You know what we do.
2:35 left. And
so what are we checking now?
Trying to get a listen in over there to see exactly what the discussion is.
So the basket counts. What they were looking is whether or not there was some interference on the rim. And apparently, as the net got pulled on, that's going to be an automatic made basket. So double pain for Qatar, Kyle, as now it's an opportunity to bump the lead up to 7 with only 2 minutes and 35 left.
Free throw was missed. But they did get that score to make it a 6-point lead. Abasha. Oh, Saeed.
Everybody falling down.
Just coordinated possession again. .138 seconds left in this game. Qatar would need a flurry of twos. They can't afford to foul.
Nice.
And just as I say that, they pick up a 7th. That will send China to the line with 2 in front of them.
I like everything about that combination right there. The patience, the the rigor to make the right pass, thread the needle, the tenacity to get to the cup. The more disciplined team is going to work and pulling away with ease now. And there's little hope left for Qatar to turn things around. I just don't see enough offensive power for Qatar to turn things around, and the bonus is not looming either.
Yeah,
Two more fouls to give.
They haven't shown really any signs of life. It's been, again, they've been plagued with mistakes, turnovers. They picked up 4 quick fouls early. They have managed to slow down fouling, but the offense has been missing. I think I heard an Amber Alert. Muslic cannot convert under 2 minutes in a 16-9 contest. Han Yu, he's been setting the tone here for China, and there's the extra effort made, but Bing Yan can't track it down. Qatar with a minute 44. Is there any hope? And if it is, what do they do here, Angelo?
Well, what they should have done from the very beginning, try to get the movement going so the mismatches or preferential positions happen after some type of China thought process on how to cover Bobo in the paint, how to cover Abashir. And the problem is, who's your best shooter when you're Qatar? It's Muslic, isn't it?
No.
You would say it's Saeed, or?
It's Abashir, their best shooter.
Well,
without question, Abashir.
Well,
the rest of the team was 1 of 13 from 2 range coming out of group play.
I didn't say
Abashir was 4 of 7.
I didn't say the most efficient on the tournament. I say on paper the best shooters, and the best shooter on paper is Muslic on that team by far. And the problem is, that's the opposite. That's the contrary that you see. The Chinese guys manage to get those open looks, don't they? They work around as a team, don't they? And that's not the case. That's a tough shot right here. So even if Abashir were to make that shot, think about how hard it is in comparison to the previous shot made by the Chinese team. There's just a difference in the mode in which they play the game.
Yeah.
Qatar always tries to just grind you out and beat you down in the paint, but the way they bring about their offense is always through hardship. It's always through the grind, always through the grit. And China's not what is happening. Guo used his speed, got a few layups to go, and then that opened up the floor for some kick-out passes. You have a lot of extra passes for open looks, and they go inside out too. So when you find that balance, the game opens up. So there's no question in my mind why the score is like that now.
Yeah, it has exploded for certain. Out of reach for Qatar with a minute to play. Not a matter of if, but a matter of when. Whether or not China end this thing before the limit. Or
Muslic has not been able to find not one clean look, guy. Not one.
Foul on Qatar.
2 free throws.
China just gonna put them out their misery. It's been a tough game for this team after such a great start in group play. Things have changed abruptly. Yaling Zhang. Matt will get it up to 19. Another one is no good. Got a lane violation. That was against China. Not that it matters now. Bobo handing it off. Abashir. Wow, that gets some oohs and ahs.
Yeah, but too little, too late, unfortunately.
Yep.
And think about it. How hard of a shot was it?
That was a tough shot.
Yeah.
Test it.
You can't get harder than that.
Close. 8-point game. 25 seconds left. Han Yu Off target. Abasha wants another one. Wilson finds his way back to him. Neto,
First open look.
Yeah, you're right. But not the first time he's missed. Did a lot of those. Cross, pass, Jang, no, but only 2 seconds remain. And this one is over. Dominant Chinese performance in this quarter over Qatar. We'll see their run over and done. Never really got started in this game. Qatar was flat as could be. China take advantage, and we will find them in the semifinals as we get ready to head into our next quarter between Japan and Singapore that will determine their semifinal opponent. That 10-minute sprint is done. We'll get set for the next one. Stick around. We promise that the next one will be better than that one. That was rough. Keep it here.
Yes! 4强4强，继续。
Australia, New Zealand up top. China down bottom. One more spot available in the semifinal action from Singapore. The Lion City. We're in the Lion's Den at the OCBC Square. The next two teams getting ready to square off. That would be Japan and Singapore. Singapore playing in their backyard, 15.5 points per game. How are they going to stop the onslaught, the buzzsaw that is Japan? That is the question that everybody wants to know. And in case you were hiding under a rock yesterday and you missed the 20-point explosion from Ryo Ozawa, a 3x3 record, single game scoring record. He didn't stop there. He went on to casually drop 10 points in the next contest. And
how many times?
4 key assists in that second game. So that's why people are pretty excited about this one. I mean, the man, he was viral yesterday. A trending topic. He hopes to continue the trend upward with Team Japan. There's Ryo Ozawa taking the court here. 11 of 18 from Thailand. That's 63%. Did not miss a free throw. The team itself is 53% from outside the arc. 13 makes. And they come in undefeated. Singapore. Here they come. They started off with a 5-point win over Hong Kong, but they could not match up with a more physical Mongolian team. They get to the basket a lot, but they don't earn a lot of trips to the free throw line. Their top scorer, you just saw him take the court, Kelvin, at 5 points per game. Espinosa chip it in with 4. There's Armand Blakeney, 3 points per game. Alpha, 3.5 points per game. So if each player can step it up a bit,
Yeah.
they might be able to compete and contend with Japan. Point flip, Alexander Julio. Kazakhstan stand up. Mr. Delatorre here as well from Australia. All right, there's Espinosa. I mentioned there's Dewa. Dewa was the only other player to score in that 20-point scoring fit from that dude. Yeah, put the camera on him. Yeah. The lengthy, athletic wing Kelvin.
If you're Singapore, Kyle, even though it might be the scariest matchup when you look at how Ozawa and Japan has played so far in this event, but when you're looking at the way you're built as a team and all the matchups that you could possibly have had going into the quarterfinals, I think you match up much better with the Japanese squad than you would with an Australian squad. So that's something to take in consideration now. Can you play with the crowd? Can you play with the emotions? But Japan is on a mission right now, Kyle.
Singapore, they are going to drive. That is what they do, and they get some space. Kelvin blows it. It goes to the corner, the drive. Nakahashi will lay it in to get the scoring started for Japan.
Look at the defense. Great option.
They gave the Samurais a slice.
Right back at you, Kyle.
Not even through the defense. No.
Spoiling dessert.
Yep, had it, but missed it. Kelvin swiped out. Dewa saves it to the wrong color jerseys. Cross-court pass to the Alpha Lion. Here in the Lion's Den, they are roaring. Ozawa leans in. Probably should have got a whistle there. There was some contact. You don't think so?
No, because he's jumping to the left. That's not a natural shot.
Don't argue with me, argue with your mom. That was missed. 3-1, you might be right.
I'm a shooter.
Dewa.
You know that.
Dewa coming, he wanna go home. He gives it up. Stop laughing, Vince. Baseline, drive. Delvin. I like the fight. I do like the fight. We're seeing from Singapore. They are underdogs in this game, make no mistake about it. But I like the fight.
It's the best matchup they could have asked for, man. It's almost like having all the stars align for you to be competitive and have a chance to write history and just shock everyone in the 3x3 world in Asia out here. So obviously it's a very long game and you need to have a 10-minute focus because there is no way you can afford to leave these men open. Ooh.
He will miss it. He hasn't missed much. But what I would be concerned about from Japan is you just haven't seen anything from anybody else.
Well, it's early, Kyle. Let's give it a little bit of time. Just like that, he took it personally. Ego
will miss it. But what they've done great, I will say about as a team, that's still led largely by Ozawa, but 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Japan is gone. Singapore, they are 15% on the tournament from beyond the arc. They are Arctic beyond the arc. And gotta find some touch to keep up. Espinosa right on cue. That one to go off the front iron. Alpha with the quickness. Alpha, count that, no way. It is waved off. It is waved off. You must bridle your excitement for now. Renan Delatorre says no.
I'd love to see the replay.
Or
is there an offensive foul call?
Foul's on the floor.
Oh, we were about to see that replay too.
Foul's on the floor. Singapore get back started. Alpha driving, throwing it to nobody. Dewa will recover it. Dewa, he gets a clean look, and that was just off target. Loose ball goes to Red. Oh, he left him frozen. Ain't no refresh button around here.
He gave him the Jimmy Butler double shimmy special.
Oh my God, he put Ozawa on ice.
We're gonna call him Medusa.
Oh my goodness.
Left him in stone.
Man, this is another, that was another instance where the controller just died.
Telling you, if you watch Kelvin in his eyes, you get changed to stone. Don't do it.
4-2 start, Singapore. Espinosa will get it back.
The fight you were mentioning.
Kelvin clear, lane, layup line. Dewa, two-piece, yes.
Back at you. What are you thinking?
Kelvin going to work, but he got his lunch packed. Ozawa gets his first 2 to go. He ain't lost a step like Sakamoto.
I like what you did there.
Shout out to Vince Chang. I don't have any anime references. I went to my boys on that one. Boz and Vince, expect another one.
Look at the last highlight, because I'm pretty sure we're going to see Ozawa's shot. On that one, I would be okay with a whistle being blown. I'll show you why. If we see the highlight, so let's see if we get to that point. Oh, the double shimmy, Ozawa, poor guy. No, we're not going to see it. But on the last shot from Ozawa, there is contact as the defender is trying to close out. There is contact to his side.
Yep.
That you got to whistle. But if Ozawa is the one jumping to the side unnaturally, then you cannot reward him for that. So that's the difference. And it's always a tough job for the referees to operate, Kyle, because you never know who's trying to bait who. See what I mean?
Espinosa. Not that time. Yep, Ego. He traveled with that. A completely unnecessary turnover. Here comes Kelvin, the leading scorer. Leans back, doesn't get the shot to go.
But he's working too hard for a bucket now.
3.5 minutes in. It is Ryo Ozawa.
Oh my goodness.
ChatGPT couldn't tell you how to stop this man.
Think about it. You cannot deny and contest any better than what Alpha did.
Couple of deuces for Ryo Ozawa, who's starting to heat up. He will miss on that one. Japan lead it by 2 thanks to the 2-point shooting, which is the great equalizer or the great separator in the game of 3x3. Here we go. Should have a media timeout here as we are under the 6-minute mark. Did we already have it? Did I just miss it?
Well, we both did.
It's a dead ball. Okay, no, we had it. No, sorry. Yeah. 7 minutes. See, even my controller's dying. I'm glitching. You're watching the 8th edition of the Asia Cup. Welcome. Wherever you may be watching from, I'm Kyle Montgomery. At 3x3, the voice is where you can find me. It's a Bogdan appearance on the broadcast finally. Talking stuff.
Going twice.
Oh, man. Going once, going twice. Sold the clip. Has he? Kelvin. Put on the brakes. Kelvin. He goes down and immediately holds his
ankle
or
hip. Ankle, yes. Left ankle. Yeah. I thought it was the ankle, but you just never know. And the thing is this, he went full speed, and on the landing, his left ankle just gave out, and I don't think he did it on his own.
Yeah, you hate.
He did it on his own. He didn't step on, and you see Coach Lazic right away holding his head, but the way the ankle twisted, that's an ankle sprain for you right there. Standard.
Well, it depends on, a high ankle sprain, low ankle sprain. Sometimes you can play through them. And we're going to see, but see if we can put any weight on that. This is Singapore's leading scorer. Kelvin, I think moving very, very gingerly on that ankle.
Yeah, I think he's done for this game, Kyle. I mean, you can tape it and he can play through the pain as he has adrenaline running through him, and the body is still warming up.
Yeah, judging from his reaction.
But that's going to be a tough call right now.
Not certain if he's going to be able to return to this game. Singapore need him so desperately. If you're Japan here with a 2-point lead, they've got to be smelling some blood in the water. Ozawa, he's going to take the handoff. Ball movement leads to Dewa. Dewa spins around, but can't hit it. Quick move. Alpha. Do work, young fella. 8-7. Ozawa will elevate for 2. It's a misfire and contact.
Yep, 14 foul against Japan.
Uh-oh. The energy is different in here. They're spraying down that ankle, putting some ice on it. I think that there's a chance that Kelvin may be able to come back. Maybe.
Well, you got to tape it. There's no way without a tape he's playing. If you don't tape it, don't count on him playing because it's going to be too tender. He needs support.
Well, we won't leave it up to speculation. We'll just see what happens with him. He is back on the bench. He's back on the bench. And that is I think, a positive sign.
Yeah, but if you're not mobile enough defensively against that Japanese squad, it's pretty much like hurting your team at that point.
Exactly, that's the thing. You want to show that resolve and toughness, but if you're hurting your team, sometimes it's better to stay out. Lakey misses the shorty. That one poked away. We are past the midway point.
But this lineup for Singapore defensively is the best lineup to match up with Japan. Offensively, you lose the advantage of having Kelvin close to the cup.
Oh, what a finish on the drive. A narrow miss at the rim there. Around comes Nakanishi. Not gonna happen that time. Drive. Uh-oh, lost the handle on it. Stolen back over. Japan with it. Haven't lost the game yet. Drive and kick. They want to get it to Ozawa. Ozawa being pestered. Late in the shot clock. He is hacked.
Yeah, and that's the difference. This time around, he's jumping straight up, and the defender closing out a little bit too tight. Gives some kind of contact off the side of Ozawa.
And again, Ozawa had a 20-point explosion yesterday, a single game scoring record. He truly turned into the Wizard of Ozawa. He has played well in this one, but credit the Singapore defense for kind of cooling him off.
Yeah, for sure.
And that is the first free throw he has missed in the competition.
Oh, he hasn't worked as hard to take shots as he has against the Singapore defense, Kyle.
Well, the others have tried to get involved. They just have not been consistent. Ozawa smokes both
Kelvin
free
is
throws.
back on the court.
And Kelvin is back in the game, and he's moving pretty well.
Well, I can tell you he's hurting. So what he's playing on is pure adrenaline right now. And he's playing with no tape. He's not getting taped.
See?
He's a better man than all of us.
I wouldn't go to your doctor's office.
Well, oh my.
Oh, that's what you call window pane. That one hurts as Singapore trim the lead and get rid of the lead altogether. Evens this game at 9 apiece.
I just hope that defensively Kelvin is going to sustain that effort.
Round comes Ozawa. Ball movement inside.
Yeah, smart. Smart.
10-9. Kelvin. Strong drive.
Incredible tenacity.
And a missed dribble off of Dewa's foot. Ball red.
Are you kidding me?
Singapore, who finished 10th at last year's edition of the Asia Cup. We're back in the Lion City for the 4th straight year, and I'm telling you, this team is a contender. Looking dead in the eyes of Ryo Ozawa, the most dangerous man of the tournament. And they have managed to keep them relatively bottled up. Great game from Alpha. Espinosa as well as Kelvin. Wow. Look at the defense.
The ball earned back by Ozawa.
Quick hands from Ozawa.
Yeah.
10-10 tie, 3:49 to go. Whoa. All righty. Ryo gives it up. He is facilitating more. I think they should set him some ball screens.
There you go, you see?
Never mind what I think.
Kelvin is having a hard time switching direction defensively.
Kelvin dribbling all of the shot clock out. He's got to attack now.
Wow.
And comes up empty.
That was a good move, though. Oh, yes.
Oh, nice dive. The slash to the rack and the score.
Ozawa.
Dewa with the steal.
Going Super Saiyan for you.
Not yet.
But I love the way he reads the game, doesn't force opportunities.
Espinosa on the attack.
That's going to be a foul on Ozawa, which will give a free throw to Team Singapore, and that's the 16th foul. Singapore still has 4 fouls to give before they even get close to bonus range, and that could be a factor late in the game, Kyle, because the aggressiveness from Blakeney, from Alpha, Binamil Putra, that's something to take in consideration. Japan is far from being safe.
Got to make your free throws. It's the details, the small things that matter most. And he missed a trip at the strike there. Espinosa, though, with the ball back. He gives the shimmy shake.
Tough bucket.
Ego to Ozawa. Ozawa now on the drive now. Finishes with the reverse left.
Getting pretty with it.
Alpha in front.
Nice.
Wide open. He's a visionary on that find. 1-point contest, tough defense from Blakeney.
And Singapore can afford to bring the heat up defensively, Kyle. They are not in any close to foul trouble, so you don't want to give anything easy. And if you're breaking down, you better foul before the shot attempt.
Foul red, just the 3rd on Singapore, who again have some cushion in that department. They can use them as a resource. But are they experienced enough to know how to utilize that foul advantage here down the stretch? We'll find out.
Yeah.
2:18. Nakanishi driving, kicking, swung to Dewa. Dewa had him scrambled like breakfast eggs. My goodness, that cross was nasty. Dewa, gotta go. Quick response from Singapore.
Kelvin. I am amazed by his tenacity because not a lot of human beings I know are capable of withstanding such an aggressive, a mean ankle sprain and come back.
On the cut, Dewa lays it up. 2-point game, minute 50 to play. Kelvin coming back from an ankle injury, putting pressure on the Japanese defense. That is the 7th on Japan, meaning free throws coming up for Kelvin. Kelvin Lim Hong Da.
You can tell he's in pain. That's not a smart foul, though. There's no reason for Team Japan to give 2 free throws, stop the clock.
Nothing but net. And a double fist pump from Kelvin. One more and he ties this game up. cashes the second. Even Steven. 15 up. Nakanishi with a tough attempt. They didn't even try to get it to Ozawa that possession. I think they need to go to him more. If
You're right.
you're Japan. Alpha.
Oh, double
going
cross.
to work. Double cross and some sauce at the end. The lead belongs to Singapore right now. Ozawa draws another foul.
It is a foul. It is a foul. You got to be smarter with the way you contest those shots. You got to be smarter.
Ozawa empty on his last trip up to the free throw line, though. Missed them both.
Not going to happen again, Kyle.
Well, I think, obviously, the way he shot it yesterday, they don't want to give Ozawa any look. But stay on your feet. And Ozawa gets that one to rattle in. Tied up again. Go-ahead free throw in front of Ryo Ozawa right now. And Ozawa will put Japan up one.
Oh, Kelvin says, get out the way.
Me and you. I like my chances more.
Man.
Even up again. We are back tied like a formal affair. Ain't nothing formal about this one. Ozawa! He's about to go Super Saiyan in a second.
My goodness.
Japan leading 19-17.
My goodness. My goodness.
His third deuce of the game. Ozawa coming up big late, but this is the best game I've seen from the Singapore men. All heart from these Lions, young Lions. If they get a win here, their mane is gonna grow. That war is gonna get deeper.
You mean?
They will extend their territory if they can pull it out. But right now, they look at a 2-point deficit. Kelvin up top, he's been unstoppable. Oh, careless pass. Ryo Ozawa! He is gonna knock him out with a two-piece. Incredible. He went full Sage mode for Japan at the end to lift them to the semifinals.
Incredible.
Ryo Ozawa coming to the rescue, and he's going to send his team to the semifinals with this shot. Knocks him out like One Punch Man with the two-piece. Killer. Appreciate you, Boz. Appreciate you, Vince. The anime references came in handy.
Tell you what.
4-point W for Japan. They pull away. They pull away.
If you want an anime reference, he gathered his Indian QB to come out.
Oh, now Angela.
I'm telling you, man.
Y'all all saved it. Saved the day. But it was the hero for Japan, none other than Ryo Ozawa. I think we all need a breather now. So Japan will move on and they will play China.
Yep.
We will get that breather because
I believe you're hungry, sir.
yes, we need to get some grub. Enjoy the highlights, ladies and gentlemen. We're about 50 minutes away from restarting here. The semifinals are set in both the men's and women's competitions. Great game. I want to say that about homestand in Singapore. They are on their way up. And this game could have very easily went their way had it not been for the heroics of Ryo Ozawa, who continues to just kill, continues to shock and amaze in this competition. So again, enjoy the last few looks of a close Japan win, but they will be moving on to the semifinals. There's the last shot. GG's. See you in 50 minutes.